to have a chat when people put things on it.
But you're smart.
I mean, I have a laptop next to me,
And also have
so...
two
And I have
computers.
both streams going on this one. I should probably put your stream up as well, Midge.
I need
so
to get your stream up.
Yeah,
Shit.
okay, I'll do that as well.
I need to.
Oh yeah, I gotta get that one up as well, Jim.
Hey, do you know what though? The amount of times I write Rival Zone Gaming in a week into my search engine, your SEO is going up, sir.
Keep it up, don't stop. I could use all
You're
the
the
help.
top result now, and you didn't
my
used to
God.
be.
Hey!
Wait, you weren't the top result on your own name? Was
Nope.
there another rival?
There's plenty of rivals and rival zones and things like that. But
It's just like one of those things that's like mildly common.
Yeah.
Time
Surprisingly, I wasn't the original
Midgeman.
Midgeman.
Thankfully, nobody in Scandinavia names their children Benjamin.
Oh, why the fuck?
So, would you guys prefer I do a recap, or does one?
Yes, we don't get anything out of it.
Yep, that's
So
fine.
honestly,
It's
at that
so
point,
lazy.
what's the
You like-
fucking point?
like-
What's the point?
I feel like I'm the child at the back of the class that's like, I wouldn't mind doing a recap. And everyone else is like, no, you have to do it.
Okay, no,
You-
it's fine. I will do a recap. I quite like doing recaps. That's why I do them a lot for the D&D. So, okay. So last time on the Curse of St. Craythorne, we progressed in our case a little bit more. Following the fight at the Chesterfield, the group finally became aware that something was off about St. Craythorne. And then, added to the mix, we met Lord Forrest Hartwell, an ex-fighter ace from the First World War.
Oh, he's still a fighter ace from the First World War. I never stopped being a fighter ace.
They
just because I
revoked
stopped
2 of
fighting
his
a war.
I think you mean from the Great War.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good point.
Okay. No, it was coined. The term First World War was coined in 1919, so I'm fine.
Because everyone knew that Germany wasn't going to let it lie.
Exactly. And also, I say ex-fighter race from the Great War because the Royal Flying Corps isn't a thing anymore. So
I'm still a fighter ace. I'm still a fighter ace.
Oh,
anyway,
You're an
After the
ace in
fact they
our
found out
hearts.
that 2 of those skills was friendly fire, and they had just killed counts.
so we added him to the mix, and he made a splash on the scene, and instantly began snooping around, and the group managed to make some headway. First up, some local research of the town was done. Also, I'm getting feedback myself from someone.
I think my microphone's on the blink, so it's probably me.
I'll say
Okay.
my speakers are off.
Okay, no worries. But even so, with some research being done at the library, and some things were found out there, and then also the group decided to investigate Soapy's missing friend. Okay, where am I hearing myself?
I'm hearing it too.
So
Normally it's my fault whenever we hear that, but it's not this time.
yeah, no, that's why I'm wondering if it's me, because it seems to be it needs to be mainly when I'm speaking.
Loud noises!
Loud!
No.
Loud!
It's see. Oh no, it didn't do it then.
Mitch, just say something loud.
Yeah, there was a.
Yeah, I heard
Hang
it
on,
too.
try it now.
La.
Yeah.
La.
Yeah, it's gone. It was Kazoo's headset.
I don't know what's wrong with it. It's just it's because it's an older one.
Kazoo.
It's starting to forget.
you could go and push to talk.
It's a Welsh headset. What do you expect?
That's not how consumerism works.
The shit Chinese one I'll have, you know.
It's from the valleys. That was a really bad
from
Welsh
the
accent.
valleys?
Well, I do apologise. I'm just never going to do that again.
Somehow
Just
works.
type in the only kazoo in the villa.
Do you know what? It's going to be great if this campaign somehow goes to Wales. I'm fucked.
Right, okay.
The only
Hogford
British
needs
I
to...
can't do is
I
Welsh.
heard
you-
there was helium in the Welshlands.
Oh no!
to-
I will say
Hey,
there is a
Russell.
huge chance that we might end up in Wales as well.
Oh god, Ice my character speaks Welsh. Oh
Land
boy.
of the
Yeah,
Druids.
no, exactly. This is what I was. Oh, no. Anyway,
This is how you
Poor
mess
Welsh,
up
but
with
still
it.
Welsh.
yes. Some research was done at the library where a number
Was
of the
done, is continuing to be done.
I mean, I'm not done yet.
Finished, but no worries.
No.
Okay, there is still library use on being used, and then the 3 military section of our crew decided to go and interview Mr. Bell. and one of them noticed something quite peculiar with Mr. Bell, which obviously not everybody knows about. But Mr. Bell was an interesting character, and we'll leave it at that. So,
Oh,
I
bugger,
now
I was going to watch that. I never got round to
what
it.
would they like to do? Also, just a note to anyone listening, Soapy, who plays Bobby, isn't here this week. And yes, so there we go. I'll start with the gentleman. The gentleman that had just left Bobby Quirk's house. Not Bobby Quirk's house. Yeah, Mr.
You
Bell's
mean
house.
Stephen.
Bobby Stephen's
Fucking
house.
Stephen. Fucking Stephen.
Bobby turns to you after looking at his watch and realizes that he is late to meet the funeral planner for Wednesday's funeral, and he says his goodbyes and quickly rushes off.
Right.
So Arthur and Lord Hartwell.
So that was a. And I'm just going to turn to Lord Hartwell and say, well, that was a unsettling.
That's one way to explain it, dear chap. Now, you looked like you understood something.
I'm just gonna. We probably shouldn't be having this conversation here. I'm
What,
just
the
gonna
street?
start walking.
What's wrong with the street?
Well, we're about a meter away from his house.
Ah, there's a woman behind a man. Ah! Oh my god! Silently stalks
Her
him.
face, like so done with this shit.
Look out! There's a very small burglar.
You look at the. You look towards the. You look towards the window when you just are at his house, and you just see like net curtains on the upstairs window slightly move. And Commissar Roach, thank you for the bits there. I don't have my alerts on while I'm tabletopping, but
Yes,
thank you.
Roach is watching.
Roach is on Twitch today. He's been on Twitch all day. He watched my whole stream this morning. That's never
You
happened.
must have good internet today, then.
Yeah, why is Roach on my Twitch? Yeah, he's on my YouTube, but he's not on my Twitch.
Right.
Oh,
We
boy.
should probably not have this conversation here. There were some people I met last night
Pub?
at the pub. Yes. Where else do you meet people?
No, shall we go and have this conversation at the pub?
Oh, good idea. Yes.
Yeah.
Where
Okay,
even more
so,
people can listen in. Yeah, great idea.
Gentlemen, leave the southern side of the town and start
Pub?
progressing towards the pub. Would you like to do anything on the way?
As a just sort of a I'm just gonna as we're going, I'm just gonna have a quick look back at the house,
Yeah, sure.
just to make sure that Stephen isn't taking more undue interest.
Okay. Give me a spot hidden. Yeah, you don't see anything.
So now my eyes and slightly quicken my pace.
I would say that I was looking for a hard.
Yeah, I knew it. Fuck, I
okay.
knew it. I knew it.
Well, would you like to push for it?
I'm not gonna push for it.
Okay, no worries.
I've read the rules for that, and oh,
I-
no.
I just need someone to do it at some point so I can explain the rules to people.
All right, fine. I'll push for it. I'll
Okay,
be your guinea
so-
pig.
Yeah, go for it. So, just a reminder to other people. Well, the thing is, because you've already succeeded.
Oh, well, shit.
Well, that's a fumble as well. No, it's not on a spot.
Not quite a fumble, but it's fucking close.
Yeah, yeah, you don't notice anything. But for those who don't know, you can with a roll, you can go all or nothing if you fail it and go for a push. But if you fail a push, you can't then spend luck to make it better. It's an auto fail fumble, and I decide what happens. But it's a chance where you go, oh, I was so close of getting that. Can I just okay, I'm looking for something. Can I quickly stand on this box near me to try and get a better vantage or something? So with a push roll, remember that you kind of have to explain how you're pushing it further. So for Kazoo there, he could, instead of walking, he could actually stop and look, rather than he's quickly trying to glance over his shoulder. That makes sense?
Okay.
Just a reminder that you guys can use those to try and get yourself some extra leverage. That's what it is, like a leverage roll.
We're leveraging things.
But you have
Yes.
to. Do you have to succeed, or do you have to succeed on a hard, at least?
So you can use it at any time. If you failed it the first time and then you fail it again, the outcome's likely to be more worse than if you succeeded and were looking to get it to a hard difficulty.
Gotcha.
That's how I'm playing it. It's not quite how the rules play it, because the rules are really dense on that and a bit back and forth, but that's how I've interpreted it, and that's how
More
I'm
like guidelines.
Yeah, the Call of Cthulhu rule set is like, here's loads and loads of information. Pick what you want or don't. We don't care.
Half of that book is just optional rules, I'll be honest.
I mean,
It
with
really
crazy Cthulhu monsters running around, you know, the rules kind of do fly out the window, I'm sure.
That much of a rule book, and there's like,
It's a thick boy.
I could fit the rules on 4 A4 pages that I'm using. It is a big boy. It's a nice big boy though.
Does 1d6 damage in a melee as well.
I love it. But yeah, you guys are progressing to the pub, so I will turn back to Team Library. Team Library.
Who aren't done with our research, damn it. You're
Apparently
trying to kick us out of the library when we're not even ready.
I just thought you were done.
No. I've got the information that I could out of the papers, but I'm going to turn back to Miss Hubbard.
Okay. You turn to Miss Hubbard. She's sat at her desk, just sorting through some of the in pile from people who've returned. Since she's done.
I come here often. How polite would I be? Would I say Dorothea, or would I say Miss
She doesn't
Hubbard?
like people using her first name, so it would be Miss Hubbard. She's of
Was
that
it
old
Mrs.?
breed. It's Miss.
Okay. I just, you know, I'm in the right
Jeez.
place.
Yeah.
Looking at
Miss
future you.
Hubbard,
Yes,
do
dear.
you remember much about those disappearances of the children all those years ago?
I'm sliding closer to listening, by the way.
Okay.
'Cause
Do you mean Doctor? Not Doctor. Do you mean Mr. Rose, children?
Yes, and Dr. Samuel's sister's brother. Oh God. Let me consult my notes for a second, lady.
It's Doctor Rose, one kid, and
Oh,
and Sam.
no, you said
I
okay.
Dr.
Are we
Rose.
saying
Let me clear this again.
Dr. Samuel? You said sibling
It's
from a previous marriage.
it's
That's good stuff.
siblings from it's the twins are related to Samuel's, and Roe has the
Oh.
boy.
Okay.
That was my bad there. I just slipped.
Doing me a heckin' confusion, boy.
The Samuels and the Roe children.
Yes, it came up in a conversation I had with Margaret this morning. Well, I don't really remember. I was a little bit young, and I was so often sick from school. I don't think I went on any of those trips.
Oh, it was a terrible time. I don't like to think of it that much. The town was up in arms about it. Everyone was out on the bogs for days.
And they never even found the bodies.
Well, they found one.
Oh.
But well, they didn't find it whole, and well, I'm not sure I should go into any more than that. Gruesome affair.
Whose body did they find? Just piping in here.
I'm just gonna look around like, who are you, dude? Why do you keep interrupting my questioning? But I'm just gonna blush and say nothing.
The boys.
Getting lost in the bogs of the boys.
Mhm.
Hey, me and the boys getting lost in the box.
So there have been disappearances before in this town.
If you're Hang on, are you insinuating that this is related to the current disappearances?
I'm not insinuating anything, my dear. I'm just asking. I'm just asking what's happened here in the past.
I'm
Well-
not so sure that they're quite the same.
I'm awfully confused as to your interest in the matter, but well, the town has not gone without its tragedy. But what is any place without tragedy?
Oh, this is very true. But I'm a
It's
reporter,
an
and
unfortunate part of life.
I understand. One more question, if you don't mind. Would you know the age of Mr. Bell?
Stephen?
Yes.
Oh, late 20s, early 30s?
Let's see.
Would I know? I think I might have
Wow.
already asked you.
About that is all you'd know. Nobody really sees him.
Wait, I was supposed to do a spot hidden that you said we could do at the start of the
You
session.
could do a spot hidden or for that night. Yeah, you can do a spot hidden or a psychology if you're so into it. But try to remember that if you're trying to gauge something about someone, you need to do it when you're with them. Because
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't
Yeah.
until I wrote the diary that I was like,
yeah, but that's meta.
sorry. Wait, no, it was the diary. Anyway, I failed. I don't know. I don't know how he's doing. He just looked like a person. Never mind.
Yep, he just looked like he always does to you.
Okay. This is Dr. Samuels, by the way. I was trying to see if I could. Well, I was writing in my diary, and I was trying to figure out if I could write that he looked well or not. I thought I hadn't actually checked to see if he
So
looked well.
yes, you can write that he looks well, because to you he looks well.
Okay.
Not insinuating anything.
Hmm.
I mean, he did later in the evening get punched in the face, so take that as you will.
Yeah, I know.
Slightly
I
less
was
well.
like, I guess he did look well
At one
originally.
point. Borgvard, what are you doing right now?
As far as I know, I'm frustrated with my search for helium, and I've just kind of awkwardly meandered my way back towards the party.
Okay.
I
So
agreed to
you're-
take you to Mr. Lear's place to ask.
Miss Sheffield, Miss Hubbard, one more question. I've came across a name in one of the articles, a certain Crowden.
Oh,
you would.
The-
Yeah, you know
the-
that. Don't you?
I know this because you told me that I know this. What did you call it? The deacon? Is it that the right word?
Yep.
The deacon?
Oh, it's the deacon, is it?
Well,
Yes. Miss Hubbard joins in. Which names did you come across? Because that's the deacon's family. They're, if you're reading the pamphlet, they're all very active in its writing. They're very good people and very outgoing and what's the word? What's the word when someone's oh
Gregarious.
no. Where they're standing up, where they do a lot
Up-
for something.
upstanding.
Sort of. They do a lot of work for the church, is what I'm trying to say.
Pious.
Pious?
Well,
Other
he's a
CK2
deacon, I
traits.
would say he's pious. Also,
The
I've
names I came
taken
across
off
were
that.
Just like voices from the east are sort of popping in. This is really-
it's mostly Simon Crowden and Julian Crowden I'm interested in. Simon Crowden mostly.
Simon Crowden is the deacon's son, and Julianne is the deacon's wife.
I see. And where could I find those? At the church, I suppose?
Not likely. They don't live on site. They live with 3 doors down on the left. They live on Church Street here. It's a house that's owned by the church, but it's not on church grounds.
I see. Thank you.
I need to re-up my knowledge of names before we play every time because there's so many of them.
Oh, you
So
need
many-
to re-up your knowledge on names?
Triggered in DM.
I would just probably say
Wait, wait.
turn back to Miss Hubbard. It is a shame about Katie though.
Oh, it really is. That was going into Mort the Magnificent. I need to.
It was.
Yeah, it really was there. Hello.
Mort
Miss
Magnificent
Hubbard
here.
is about to turn me into a frog.
Yeah. Oh no, it's awful news. Is there anything else I can help any of you with? And she looks towards the strange Norwegian man dawdling in the corner as well.
I think that's all that I'm here for. I'll bring those books back tomorrow.
That's fine, dear. Well, toodaloo, and hope you all have a good day. She goes back to her sorting pile of in books, going through the Dewey Decimal reference numbers and trying to sort out where they go.
Doing her scrapbooking.
No, her scrapbook's firmly gone back under the desk.
Okay.
She only does that in her breaks.
Ah, that's good. Okay, well, I will head out of the shop. I guess I'm a little confused because I kind of have adopted a Norwegian and I don't really know, but Muzz has been hanging around. So I guess I'll like walk out and then kind of like hover there, kind of like, am I with people now?
I'm walking out and I'm heading 3 doors down to the Crowlands.
Okay. That's fine. I'll just sort of watch you go.
Okay. It's easy enough to find.
Yeah. I will. I'm guessing gated. Have to go through a gate before I get to the door.
No, it's what you see is it's out on the main street here, and it's just a compared to some of the buildings next to it, it's more stone built. It's got like flint halfway up the building before it goes back to normal brickwork, looking like it was an older building with an extended upper floor. Like the upper floor is newer than the older, and it looks very much the same. Oh, you haven't been up to the church.
No, not yet.
Okay, it looks like it should be owned by the church, if that makes sense. It
Can
looks.
I...
Like it doesn't have
Can
a
I
standard
Can I roll a
front
history
door.
check on that house? See if I can figure that out because I haven't
Yeah,
seen the church
sure.
yet. Oh God, no.
You know some things, like you could easily see that this is like an older building, as in it's got some medieval basic to it. Like there's the front door isn't a normal front door. It's sort of inset from the front door and is that very what's it called, the pointed roof coming down, and it's wood clad with metal rivets
Classic.
riveted in with the square at the top with the bars, and it's like and then this flint built, very very stocky, very strong semi-medieval building.
Very well. I will be knocking on the door then, if there is no bell.
Yeah, it's a knocker on the front door.
I will knock twice.
Okay, you knock twice. You wait a moment. Doesn't seem to be any answer.
Can I listen if there's anybody?
Sure, give me a listen check.
So while this
Don't
is going on, I'm just going to like lean into Artemis to go, there's a creepy man listening at the door over there.
You say that as if like it was the different man to the one that was in the shop with us.
As
I
far
guess
as Volkvar
maybe that's
knows,
the
it is.
English. I think he's trying to see if anybody's home.
You don't think there's anyone home?
Just
Well,
running
guess
wondering.
Yeah. Right, I guess I'll just go up to the church then. If there's nobody here, maybe there's somebody's at the church I can speak to.
Well, just because they don't live at the church doesn't mean they don't be there to work.
You could surmise, Artemis, that the deacon might be at the church. It is a school day, so school is in thing and it's daytime.
Yeah, but
So the deacon's son might be at school, and the deacon's
Wait, is
wife
Simon
is
that
probably
young?
Well, how old is he? Because
You
we
didn't
didn't ask.
ask.
Ah.
would I know?
How involved are you with the church? Like how?
We're a family of science. I think perhaps my father stopped going, and maybe I kind of felt too awkward to go back, and like I don't really.
Yeah. So you might not know the Crotons very well.
Okay.
You know
Yeah.
of them, and you know he's younger than you.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't really know anything about the church. Not interested in going there.
You know.
I mean, you've not asked us, so I guess I'll just. Sort
Well,
of...
I'll just let you know that I will be going up to the church to see the deacon and maybe his family. I have
mean-
some questions still.
We still don't know each other, so you're
Nope.
just kind of like, I'm going to the church, and I'm like,
Ah,
Good for you.
okay.
Anglicans are heathens anyway.
While you guys do that, I'm gonna drop back to T military. You guys have arrived at the town square, and the Chesterfield's in front of you. Do you want to go into the Chesterfield?
How busy is it in there?
But do you just go up and look in through the?
Yeah, just have a quick cursory look in.
It's not very busy. There's a few people around, but it's not. It's barely midday. So it's got more of the hotel guests you surmise than, and there's only a very few of them, and then maybe one stall, shall we say, the bookend that you can surmise is normally at the end of the bar.
I'm just gonna head in and try and find like a table or like set of seats in the corner, like far away from people, really.
Yeah,
If
that's
yeah.
easy enough done.
I'm gonna head to the bar.
You could you could try to levy getting into the private area that you were in last night.
It's a good idea. I'm gonna go over to the bar and just excuse me. Could you sometimes we could use the cordoned off room. Could be for more of a private conversation.
Oh, you were in there last. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Thank you kindly. I'm just gonna head back beyond the curtain.
No worries. Okay. Bye.
Is the person behind the bar male or female?
It is a female of around.
Oh, here we go.
40-ish.
No, this one's not. This one's
okay.
around 26.
Are you the bot?
He is
Arthur's
the
left me without supervision. Oh no!
Yes, you did.
Fuck!
It's about 26. Slightly frumpy woman. She's got sort of dirty blonde hair, tied up ponytail, in what looks like work clothes.
It's alright, give the man something to hang on to.
Woof.
Another flash art line, but it's from season 2.
I like the season 4 one.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It was about something to hang my towel on. That
Yes. I like the flight school one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Always treat your plane like you treat your woman. What do you mean, sir? Take it to see your mother at the weekend for tea and crumpets? No. I won't finish that one off. That's what she said. I'm sorry, Para. This is disgraceful, I know.
I enjoy Blackadder. It's fine.
I will order 2 beers while also laying on the charm.
Okay. Charm me.
I'm not charming you. You're weird.
Okay. If you're charming,
Yeah.
give me a suitable role to go with said charm.
Charm.
So you mean like my appearance?
Yeah, roll with appearance, or if you have any special things like you could do some persuading. You could do like some people have fast talk. That you could levy that to be able to try and swing someone.
Okay. Green. Yeah, it's green we're going with, isn't it? Not purple.
Yes. Oh wow, your result was hard. Okay.
I don't know because I'm not actually looking at that right now. 1 second. Oh,
You
cool.
got a-
Yes.
Yeah, you got fantastic. You rolled really well.
Wonder what extreme would be.
She gives you the drinks on the house and flutters her eyes at you a little bit. You surmise that she doesn't get much
Attention.
many people trying to talk to her on the day shift, so she was quite happy to think she offered you the because you only ordered 2 beers.
Yeah.
She offers you the thing and then points you in the direction that your friend's gone.
I pick up my 2 beers, flash her a winning, charming flash smile, and go find my friend.
Flasher a smile.
Yes, smile.
Hearty smile.
Woof.
Woof.
Okay.
Woof woof.
Yes. So you're now both in the private section of the bar, which is empty by you two.
Okay.
Beer, old man.
Yeah, I just take it from his hand and just take a huge gulp of it.
It's all right. It was free.
I'm still drinking. I'm still gulping it.
So
Yeah, like, put it on
maybe
the
you
table.
should explain what's going on with your.
Right. Well, I don't know if you saw it. What did you see about him when we came through the door? How the light shifted. What he looked like, exactly.
Yeah, disheveled. Looked like he hadn't been out of the building in days.
Oh well, he looked like he was fucking blue.
Well, I wasn't going to say that.
What? He looked less like he was ill, more like he'd been dead for days. Like a cadaver.
I tend to create bodies in the air and then not go round looking at them after the fact.
Right.
You remember this, right?
I do have a basic understanding of how air combat works. Yes.
Okay, good.
But I feel like even you would understand that someone being blue is unusual.
Unless they're very unwell.
Well, he was very fucking unwell then. And
Okay,
I was taking
fair enough.
another huge gulp of the beer.
How unwell is unwell?
I mean, he looked like he was dead almost.
Okay, fair enough. So we're kind of glad we got out of there then. Excellent.
Yes, we're very glad we got out of there. Did you see that fucking photo?
Yes,
not wanna
I'm
be-
not going to be able to unsee that photo for quite a while.
Yes, me neither. Say, he said that was taken last month, didn't he?
Yeah, up near the churchyard.
The second week of.
I'm a bit
It's a-
disturbed by
it's a
those
prison.
people in those hooded figures. I mean, you can't
Yes,
even say
they
it was
didn't look-
people.
They didn't look human, no.
No.
I'm just like Arthur's just going through his beer at rapid speed at this point. He's stress drinking hard.
Yeah, and Hartwell just slides his beer across the table because obviously his friend's going
Takes
to
it.
need this.
Careful, sir. Not long you're gonna have to roll a constitution check.
And not roll. I'm going to have to roll him
keep
back to the
drinking,
house.
Keep drinking.
Sorry.
Literally, just roll him up the hill.
Right. He said that was taken in the church grounds, didn't he?
Yes, because it's top of the
Last
hill. It gives him the best view of the area.
But he couldn't say
When
what it was
exactly?
taken for when it wasn't allowed.
No.
Say it was. He said it was taken last month. The second week of. He said the appearances only started 2-3 weeks ago. That must have
It's
been
around
taken
that
the
time.
same time. Yes. Well. Shit. And another big gulp of beer. There's some people I met last night about that table over there, to be precise. They, I will say I'm rather unsettled by this, and would quite like to look a bit further in.
Maybe we should get some more history of the area first.
Maybe we should find some locals. There was a local girl last night, Miss Sheffield, I believe. Two others, I think. Well, they weren't local, but they seemed useful, I guess. Was this this Dutch reporter gentleman? He seemed quite inquisitive. And there was this Norwegian, believe it or not, there was this Norwegian baron, and he seems very rich.
I like that. That's Borgvald's one defining feature in that conversation, and he seems very rich.
Do you have anything else to give me about this person? Their name?
Then what? Oh, Borgvald Gunderson, I believe. Baron of Hammerfest, I don't know.
Hammerfest?
Tell you
Not
what.
Iceland?
Norway. Oh, Norway. Iceland's in Norway. Anyway.
Okay.
I can't imagine it'll be hard to track down. Looking for a local reasonably known figure, like a small mountain, and a member of the foreign gentry.
Okay, but unless they speak, we're not going to know that they're from a foreign country. Any
Well,
distinguishing
no,
features?
but how many 6'6" people do you see wandering around small English villages?
You know about farmers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've met a couple in my time.
They're not exactly small people.
Well, I can't imagine there's a huge amount of 6'6" farmers. Look, and if not,
This is in the time where everyone was smaller.
and
It is
if
the
not,
1920s.
I'm sure they can. I'm sure. If not, that's a Borgvard gentleman. He only had one hand.
Okay. One hand. That's a
can't
pretty
imagine-
distinguishing
Yes.
feature that you might have left out a little
Very-
bit there.
Well, oh, do you want the rest of this, by the way? This is the half.
No, no, no. By all means, you seem to need it more than I do.
Thank you. And I just take another huge gulp. But this situation unsettles me a little bit.
Okay, so we
A
need to
little
find
bit.
this journalist and this
Uh,
Norwegian gentry.
6'6" journalist, one-handed Norwegian aristocrat.
Right.
I can't imagine those two are hugely, generic terms in a small English village.
No, no, no. I would assume that. No.
Hmm.
Okay, so find those two. They obviously you met them last night, and they.
And yes, I'm aware. I'm aware that I have that I am referring us to people I met in the pub the night before for what might be a serious matter. But bear with me.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I've only just met you, and
Mhm.
we seem to be delving into something that's rather sinister.
It's an effective icebreaker, it seems.
Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely works.
Yeah, we should look for them.
Okay.
I just finished the beer and stand up.
They just want me for my.
Oh, we're gonna find them now. Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Oh, it's okay, Borgvard. It's true, but it's okay.
I
No,
mean, you are-
it's fine.
In my article, you described as seemingly made of money. So,
Literally,
Yes.
break off his finger and
Okay,
pay
so-
for anything.
You guys get up.
He's
And
already lost one hand. Leave him alone.
leave.
That's
you-
that's
I'm
that's
literally.
racist.
I'm gonna try and basically go around sort of. Some people say, "Oh, hey, have you seen someone who looks like this?" Or have you seen someone like this? Or
Well,
have you seen?
Give me a quick. There isn't an investigation check, is there?
No. Would you
Uh,
like
In a
persuasion?
game about solving cases, you'd think there might be.
Well, it's a very fucking generic term.
give me a quick either navigate or spot hidden.
Jeez, I'm rolling well.
Forrest, you're also open to do so.
Oh, okay. So spot hidden.
Or navigate, whichever you prefer.
I got spot hidden hard.
Oh, okay, you got a 12. You look to your right as you wander into the square for a bit, and you see what seems to be a very, very tall gentleman with a lady and a shorter man with one hand heading up the hill towards the church.
Would
It's only for a
they
moment,
be-
and then they go around the corner.
Did you see them?
See who?
Like the really tall guy, and then there was a lady, very
And
Very
I'm
nice-
gesticulating
very nice
wildly with my stomach.
lady, and a guy with one hand. Going
That
up the
does
hill.
sound like the ritual. Well, come
Yeah,
on then.
Who's the
It's
lady?
very convenient that we're all like together in the moment
Wait,
that you've just realized that you want us to be together.
No,
lady.
well, the thing is, they're an hour behind. They were an hour behind.
No,
you.
I know, but like it's convenient
Yeah.
that it's lined up this way.
Really?
No such thing as coincidences. Anyway,
I'm immediately gonna turn around and piss off in the other direction. Good luck fighting me. I'm just kidding.
I'm just like, well, come on then. Like,
okay. Well, I will switch back to the other half of the party. You guys, I'm guessing, are moving up towards the church.
yes, pursuing.
No.
They're following you. And where are you guys going?
I'm heading up to the church because
I don't
you're
want
I
heading
did.
to church.
I had no go on the 3 doors down, so I'm going up to the church now
Okay.
to find the deacon.
I'm
What are you
heading
doing then, Artemis?
back down. Okay, well here's the thing. I'm gonna check my watch. What time is it?
The time
Daytime.
is just about lunchtime.
Wait, we
Do you want
spent
to
2
take
more hours in the library? Because it was 10 past 10.
We were trawling through old newspapers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's time there.
Okay.
It is about
Can't just Google the shit.
True.
11:55. Yeah, you have to do actual research and then you investigate.
Damn
and
it,
then you-
Willem.
Then you
This is
had a
hard work.
conversation with lady thingy. And no, don't forget you went through basically a phone book trying to help Borgvard find gas cellars. Like took a long time. It's about
This is
12
true.
o'clock. It's about midday.
Okay.
And it's Monday,
In
right?
that case, I'm gonna know that the wool shop is probably closed for lunch, so there's no point going there. In which point, I'm gonna turn back to Borgvard and say, we could try and go and see Mr. Lear if you like. Ask him if he would happen to know anyone who, well, I suppose might have any more information on helium in the area.
Oh, I'm a fish out of water here. We'll go where you say. You say you know where the helium is.
I don't quite know where the helium is.
Oh, I
just-
didn't think the Anglicans kept it in their church over there.
Why have you become Canadian?
Yeah.
Canadian.
Oh, but there was a slight Minnesota to the end of
Went a
this.
bit Irish for a second there too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's why I went.
Everything
Canadian,
but
is that-
Norwegian, basically. Okay. I'll kind of like awkwardly like I'm like turning away to go and walk to Arnie's house, but I'm also kind of like looking back like is this, you know, are we moving? Like I'm kind of uncertain, but I just sort of start walking slowly and see if you follow. And,
Yes.
And then just kind of keep walking. I don't really know what I'm doing. I've picked up a Norwegian. I don't know how.
I know. It's just the weirdest thing. You're just kind of wandering along, and then the Norwegian attaches itself to you.
Yeah.
They're very
Pretty
addictive.
common.
And what you do? They just won't let go.
I don't have any fjords to distract him with.
It's a shame, really.
Distract him with your fields, did you just
Yes. It's got no fields to distract him with.
Fjords.
Fjords. Fuck, crying out loud. Alright, so you
Poor
guys go
Farage,
back
he's
down
gone.
the hill, and coming towards you, you see Arthur and a gentleman you don't know.
Wait, an hour?
No, down the hill.
No, we're walking down the hill and we're seeing them walk up the hill, but you said that they saw us walk up the hill and we were in the library for like 2 hours. So for 2 hours,
Really?
they've just been standing at the bottom of the hill waiting
No,
for us
no,
to
no,
walk
they
down.
did all their investigation and came to the town later. This is the moment that they first seen you.
No, but you said that they saw us
I lost my
walk
watch.
up the hill
Yeah,
Right?
you did
But
say
we
that,
did
but
that 2 hours ago.
No, you didn't.
Okay, I thought all three of you were about to go to the church, so that's where I thought you were going. That's why I said you're heading to the church, right?
No.
Which
I
is
am.
because that's the last thing I heard Willem said. Okay.
No.
Now, okay, I'll jump back to Arthur and say, you now see the Norwegian man from last night with the stump hand and the lady from last night coming towards you, and the giant go up the hill.
It's like, oh, for God's sake, they're simple. Which is closer?
The people coming towards you.
Okay.
One of them's just wandered off. He got
I mean,
taken.
he did say he would do that, so.
But yes, I'm just gonna sort of head up the hill towards them, with some urgency.
Okay. Borgard and
Well, Bookard's gone,
And
so if
Artemis,
he's gone,
you
I might
see-
take a quick BRB and just see what's Willem doing. I don't know.
Well, I'm still heading up the hill. I don't know how
Okay.
far up that hill the church is, but
Oh my god, the
Uh,
boat disappeared.
Okay, if you're heading up the hill towards the church, so you were actually, if I ping it on your map, oh, I'm on the wrong panel. Give me a moment.
about there, right?
I can't ping on this layer.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
pinging.
you're
okay.
there, and obviously you can just see the hill, and
Mhm.
there's a slight turn off. Where the turn off is where the gate to the actual churchyard is.
Oh, at the corner already. Okay.
No, yeah, no. So there, and then the churchyard starts there with
Oh, okay.
the path heading up to the church. It's on quite a steep incline of a hill.
Fair enough. Well, I'll be
And
heading up then.
It's churchyard for a pretty old town, and it's the only
Mhm.
one, so it's pretty big. There's all sorts of. You get the impression there's actually a few mausoleums here. There's a couple of more family crypts and stuff, as you can see. They're like
like
larger
to,
gravestone sites.
Check the names of the different gravestones. Anything stand out? The mausoleums.
Right now, stand out.
Gravestones. Anything specific? I'll spot
Well,
for that.
I need more.
I'm
More to
looking
go
at-
on than that.
I'm looking
because-
for very typical ornaments on the mausoleums, on the gravestones, like that stands out. That is
Okay, so
not
you-
like normal.
Okay, so you're looking for abnormal sort of gravestones, anything
Yes.
like that. Okay. Are you just the ones to the side of the path? Are you actually
No,
going through the graveyard?
I'm walking through the graveyard. I'm.
Okay, you're taking your time on this. Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
give me a spot hidden then.
He's tall. He has a good
Oh
vantage.
God.
It just looks like a relatively pretty graveyard.
Well hit.
It's well
well tended.
very very well tended. And you notice on some of the gravestones, there's some that have quite a large date on them, in terms of quite an older date. But the gravestone looks pretty pristine, like it could have been put in a year ago, but it's more like 50. This is a very well kept, almost garden of a graveyard. But that's all you see. It's a bit cleaner than some you've been to, that you've seen either in the UK or.
I mean, I'd rather roll a history check on that one because it is a graveyard.
I
There's
thought
a
you
lot
said
of
roll an
history.
attack for a hot second. I was like, I was
No.
gone for 2 minutes.
Leveraging what on history? What are you trying to?
My knowledge of graveyards, because I use those a lot for research.
Okay, I will allow it. What are you trying to ascertain?
Apparently nothing much, but
You still might
basically,
get something.
yeah, basically, what are the big names in the town? What are the
You don't
what is
have
the
enough
funny-
research to understand that. You see a few familiar names from what you've seen. You see Leah, you see Belle, you see,
Bless you.
uh,
Hi, Rob.
see a couple of Sheffields. You see, you don't see, and then you see a lot of common British names. You see Smiths, Bakers.
No Backsleys.
No Bexleys.
The Belgrave. The Belgrave. Is that like specific a mausoleum, or is that just a gravestone?
Just a gravestone.
And is there a Mr. Bell, or just a Mrs. Bell?
Just a Mrs. Bell.
And when did she die?
You see that. Whoa. Hang on. Stephen, where are you?
Stephen!
Oh, it's not
What's her
Stephen.
actual
I'm
name,
after
so I
right
can
now.
stop saying
No, but
Stephen's
his
mother in my
mother's
notes.
his mother's information is in with Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously I don't need to do a character profile for someone who's dead, or do I?
I was gonna say I'm not sure I
Oh,
believe
my.
that.
Uh-huh.
That's a very transient term in these kind of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the
So
hand.
that,
You see a death of 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
What's her
So
name?
1920. Yeah, that's what. That's I want to know what's on the gravestone. Like, is there only a Mrs. Bell, and what is her name?
You see Sarah, as in Sarah without an H.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Bell.
Very Jewish. But okay.
Age. Do I have her age on it? No, it just says Sarah Bell. The date of her death,
Mm-hmm.
which is it's the 15th of March, 1919.
1919. Yep.
It just says, beloved mother taken too quickly.
No age.
No age.
And no birth date either.
You get the impression that they had to pay per word, and it wasn't necessarily the most money went into this.
And there is no Mr. Bell anywhere near that grave.
Nope.
Hmm.
Not that you can see.
Very well. Alright, guess I'll walk up to the church then.
Okay. While you're doing that, I will jump back to Borgvard and Artemis, who see a hurried Arthur running towards them with a gentleman that they don't know.
Confusion.
Okay. What does
I'm
Borgvard do?
I'm following her.
I guess I'll kind of like pause.
Borgvard pauses.
Wait, like I'll just sort of stop where we're walking, wait for them to
These men are
approach.
approaching with purpose.
Yes, I believe that's the gentleman from last night. I'm not sure who he's with.
Yeah, I just sort of at some point just like put like wave a hand out, so I'm not just this like
Barreling towards
guy
them.
just
Yeah,
running
no, that's
towards.
fine.
Awkwardly wave.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Exactly, the other hand.
Wave his thumb.
Just waved his stump.
Ben, you need to build yourself a false stump so you remember.
Well, I went.
Yeah.
It was the correct side that time.
I
Yeah,
know,
the second
but
time.
even so, because also you go to do things with both hands, and then you realize I
don't
can't
have
do.
I don't have a hand. You'd think after like 5 years of this character, I would be aware.
Used to it, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You need to build yourself a fake stump. Get yourself like a hook hand that you can.
Yeah, get a hook hand and then like take the hook off, so it's just.
So it's just the nub.
Yeah.
just
Or
the hook. Yeah.
Just before the just before stream, just tape it off.
Oh,
Tape your hands like this.
yeah.
Just take some clear packing tape and tape it. That'll be great for my notes.
Okay, tape a pen to it.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Arthur. It doesn't take you long to catch up
Yeah.
to the.
Yeah. Yes. Morgvard, Miss Sheffield. He's probably. I assume he's probably come at some speed at this point. So.
You just addressed Norwegian nobility by his first name.
And then some peasant girl by her last name.
Oh!
I will
this
not take you to the helium, good sir.
I didn't say that out loud.
As you may figure out, Arthur has more things on his mind how to address foreign nobility. Yes.
Okay.
You know about the disappearances recently,
Yes.
and last night about Mr. Lear. He said he accused Stephen Bell of having something to do with the disappearances.
Oh, well, yes, but Arnie was drunk, and
Yeah.
I don't think that he really.
We talked to Stephen, and not saying there is, but there's something very, very wrong with Stephen. I think Mr. Lear might not be hugely far from some degree of truth.
Oh. Oh, I mean, we were going to see Mr. Lear, but not about this.
I have an industrial concern.
That's
Roll
that's great.
No, I'm not going to make you roll English. You'd know what industrial and concern are.
Right.
That's all you've been talking about.
Yeah, he's studied before he came all of the English words for like anything to do with helium.
I remember as helium, industrial, and concern. That's it.
The thing is, with how skill improvement works, by the end of this campaign, he might actually be really good at English.
Well, I did pass an English check already.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just like, would you mind if we accompanied you? There's some things I'd like to ask Mr. Lear.
I'm just gonna walk past Captain, whatever his bloody name is. Hold my hand out to Borgvard Gunderson and introduce myself as Lord Forrest Hartwell, and then take the lady's hand and flash her a winning smile.
Artemis is like, excuse me, sir, why are you just touching me with that?
I'm basically just gonna do what I do and like extend the stump at first, and then like, all right, I think that.
I mean, do you introduce yourself, or do you just like take my hand? Are you just
I
holding
introduce
my hand?
myself and ask you for your name, as
I
a
introduce
gentleman
myself
would.
as Lord Gunderson.
Artemis Sheffield.
Ah, goddess of the hunt.
Yes, not a lot of people know that.
I thought you were a farmer.
Sister of Apollo, if I remember rightly.
Ouch.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes, no, that was out loud.
Who?
Who? Which one?
No,
Who are you
I'm
talking
asking.
to?
I'm
Oh,
asking.
the cameras are
Borgvard
in different
who
orders.
who he thinks is a farmer.
I'm
just double checking. I want you to confirm for me.
Who are you talking to? Who do you think is a farmer?
When you say.
No, the cameras are in different orders, mate.
I don't mean it. It means nothing.
Like, you're above me.
Artemis. I think Artemis is a farmer.
Okay, well no, but I'm asking you in character. I said who, so. Do you just
You?
point at me?
Yeah, just.
Oh, God, no. No. We live on a farm. I mean, it used to be. No.
I'm more confused now. You live on the farm, but you don't actually farm.
Shall we go and see Mr. Lear?
I garden, I suppose.
Is that not farming?
No, dear
You
chap,
put
it's
the
not.
plants in the ground and they grow.
We just Sorry.
I'm gonna turn.
Sorry.
I'm gonna turn
We
to the
did-
new person and be like,
We did have some potatoes this year. But...
I'm like,
Okay,
what
can I get
what
you
is
both
the
to
word
roll-
for growing food in the ground in English?
Can you both roll an English language check?
What, me too?
Yeah. You're trying to explain something to someone who doesn't understand something in.
Oh, I gotta pull up my character sheet. Hang on.
So I'm just trying to discern if he understands you at all, or if this is going to continue to go round in circles.
Hey, two! I got two of those succeeded out.
Okay.
But ours
No,
is
no,
got hard,
no,
so
I
combined
succeeded.
they make a normal.
Oh shit! Oh no, I failed.
You failed.
I just
You're
failed.
just like, farming.
So,
I
Borgvard,
just
you
crashed my tab.
understand that she might mean she grows stuff for a hobby rather than for monetary gain. That's what you take from it.
Gotcha.
Anyway, farming aside,
black
what's
hole
everybody doing?
now, but
Yes. Artemis, you'd be the local and know. Do you know where Mr. Lear's place of business is? If we should be going talking to him.
oh well, it's lunchtime, so he might be at home. I was headed to his house.
Do you mind if we tag along? We have some pertinent things to ask him.
Artemis is like kind of, very overwhelmed. I mean, like this, you're the more people, like everyone has been tagging along with her today. It was not how her day was gonna go. Yesterday, wasn't how her day was gonna go. But it's like, yes, I suppose. I mean, if
Miss Sheffield, may I escort you to Mr. Lear's house?
if you need to.
Persuasion, Mr. Hartwell.
Persuasion.
It's one way to get over it.
Hey, I was going for pure on appearance, charisma type thing there. But okay.
Yes, but
Artemis
does Artemis
is-
care what you look like?
Artemis is a bit of a shy individual. You might need persuasion.
I have incredibly high IQ and intelligence. So
I
it's
have
like-
a incredibly bad fail for that one.
Well, take that as you will, Artemis.
Okay, so this dude I've never met
Wow, that's
is
bad.
like kind of trying to.
Hey, I'm being nice.
I can tell that he's being overly friendly. I'm a little uncomfortable. It's strange because of all the people I've now met, I guess I'm kind of trying to put Borgvard in between me and Hartwell. Because apparently the strange Norwegian man that thinks I'm a farmer is safer to me at this moment.
Fine, be like that. I was trying to be a gentleman. Such a.
Bloody flyboys.
Just lead the way.
Wolf.
Okay.
No, I'm hurt now.
Again, Artemis is like
hurt.
kind of wandering off, and there's just people following her, so she's like checking back, but everyone's just kind of
A
walking.
train of weird ex-military types following her.
Right. It's like, okay, I guess we're just still going.
Always follow the person with the map.
now.
Okay, so where are you heading? Are you heading to Mr. Lear's work
Home.
office or his home?
His home. 'Cause it's lunchtime.
Yeah, we'll just bug him right in his house.
You know where his home is.
He's like the main engineer dude, right?
Yeah, why would you know where his home is?
Because my dad probably needed like equipment and stuff.
Was he sending? No.
I'm just that would still warrant going to his office rather than his personal home.
I don't know how big the town is, honestly. I kind of figured it was like a town and I'd know these things, but if you're saying I don't, then like we can just take away all the things I said in the conversation and we'll just go to his office. That's fine.
Fine, be like that.
It's about 1,000 people. This place.
Yeah, but it's like he's one of the prominent
Figures.
people.
Okay, put it this way. Do you know where each of the councillors in your hometown live?
Do you know what? I actually know where like 5 of them live.
As a
At
general member of the
least.
public, I don't.
I don't even know who my council.
I knew where the mayor's house in my hometown was.
Well, yeah, the mayor is different.
We didn't have anybody else. That was it. That was the government. That guy.
Okay. Ben, did you randomly know the local building contractor's house?
We didn't have that. None of that existed here.
Okay, fine.
Builders have like their names on the vans, and then you see their van parked and in front of their house, and it's
In the
For their
20s?
business address.
Yeah. As long as it's not look. I live with a tradesman. He doesn't have his like full fucking address on in case you want to run
Couldn't
by.
we have looked it up at the
Hey, you are
library?
dedox me. Okay. Give me an intelligence roll, and we'll see if you know what.
Oh God. Sorry. Borgfard's
oh
allergic
look,
to
I
Borgfard.
know. I'm very clever.
You seem to recall that he lives on. He lives on Blackstone Road, which is.
Okay.
Hold on.
In England.
Yes, in England.
This
As
one,
far as
also I need
Borgfard
to-
knows.
I need to complete items on this page because I didn't do it. We'll look at those. Enjoy. Oh my goodness, what have I grabbed?
Oh my.
Did you guys see where I pinged?
Nope.
Mhm.
No.
Not in time.
Oh,
I
No.
okay.
wasn't looking at the map.
Oh.
Oh, there. Okay.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
Blackstone Road. That wasn't the exact of his address, but that's the road. Have I got multiple rivals? What is going on here? Okay, this one. This one. But yes, so do you start heading that way?
Yeah.
Okay, one yes is a yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
As-
Lee, what is happening on your stream?
I'm adjusting the webcams on the showing the audience the map panel, which because I did the one for all of us like in just general chatting, not on the hello. This
Map.
is where we all are map panel one, and it randomly decides to grab every webcam at once, even though they're all their own
That
individual. element.
echo is absolutely
annoying.
driving me bonkers.
I don't know who it's coming from.
It's still my fucking shared self. I'll fuck with the settings a bit, see what happens.
Just put yourself as push to talk on Discord.
Probably a smart way of doing it. I'll fix it in the
It's
background.
it's not like I said that like
Yeah, you did
An
say
hour
that.
ago.
Yeah.
Like with her word mouth.
with my word mouth. Yeah.
Oh, that's so.
Right.
annoying.
I can't wait to definitely forget I've got this on.
Try and fit you all on one side. Okay.
But as we sort of, I assume, head off in that direction, I'm just going to sort of say in a slightly quieter voice to the group.
Good, that just minimized
Also-
every panel, because of course it did. Because fuck you.
Also, as when we were at Stephen Bell's abode, we did spot something more disturbing. I'd prefer to discuss in a more private environment at some point.
Disturbing.
Indeed.
At Stephen's house.
Something he showed us. And his overall demeanour. But I prefer not to talk about it on, well, an open street.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. So, as you make your way to Blackstone Road, I'm going to head back to Willem. Willem, you're
Yes.
outside the church.
Mm-hmm.
And I will find a description for you.
Why, thank you.
Need a bit more light to read, sorry. So. Where's Bexley Hall? Where is St. Craythorne?
So do we actually have the party together now?
Nope.
Bar one.
No.
Bar two, sort of.
Oh yeah, 'cause he's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bar one that's here today.
That means it's
Okay.
almost time for a combat encounter.
No, it's not.
No.
No, thank
So,
you.
in front of you, you see a large, fairly large church for this area. Like, you surmise that this is overtly bigger than a standard church. It is It is flint clad. It's got like flint walls for the majority of it. But then on one end there is a tower. The tower has a clock in it. It's a full-on clock tower, but that's more of a brick. And then the top of the tower there is a roof that instead of coming to one point, it comes to three, like three individual like spikes, and is surrounded by there's all sorts of carvings and grotesques on the trimmings
Gargoyles.
of the tower. No, grotesques, not gargoyles. Gargoyles
Okay.
have water coming out the mouth. And yes, and then the main building is a pointed roof that is made of slate, or what seems to be slated tiles going all the way along, and then it L bends around to another sort of sub hall, and in that sub hall is where the door is.
So like the entrance.
Yes, that would be the main entrance. So if we were to zoom into the map, so the entrance is on that corner, and you can't unless you did you walked around the graveyards. You might have seen. You also saw there's like a secondary entrance on the tower side of the building. So the tower is that.
This is the entrance, and this is the tower.
No. So the tower is on this end of the building, but that little like outcrop is what looks like almost a staff door. But yeah, the main entrance is here.
Okay, so I would notice that this church is actually larger than the town would really require.
Yeah, you've
Or do
been,
you want me to
like
roll
you
for
said,
that?
No, yeah, that's fine because I've told you. But you feel free to try and inspect the building if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, I definitely want to roll a history on that one. So that seems to be. Oh,
Ooh.
hello.
Ow.
That is a success.
Before I say this next thing, you said that you're quite familiar with churches, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need everyone to take their headphones off.
What also floats? Churches.
Shit.
Very small
Okay,
rocks.
so, Willem, you notice that as well as this church being much larger for a town of this size, and it's a lot grander, there's a lot of money that's been put into this church and the stonework. There's stonework that looks like it's been there's artworks and craftsmanship that you wouldn't necessarily expect for just a British church or even a Dutch church. You know from what you've seen and just your travels, you see craftsmanship that looks like in some of the grotesques. This is the either the faces or whatever statues are carved into the stone. You see work that could be Arabic. You see work that could be Greek. You see Italian influence. You see a lot of Gothic influence, and it's like a very well-crafted amalgamation of different influence. You also notice that above the church, above the clock faces, there is a different shaped grotesque for each above each clock face with a different emotion on. From here, you can't quite make out what they fully are or anything. You just see there's a face with a different shape on. You also notice that the L bend where the door is, you can surmise that the church is of a newer build at that end, and then this main hall area looks to be older, with the tower also being newer build. So you've got like that history. Yeah, you've got like one Victorian, the where the entrance is, there's like a Victorian bit. Then you've got a very medieval section, and then the tower is somewhere in between those two. Like this has slowly been built up over the years with a lot of money going into it.
That is quite normal, actually. But yeah.
Yeah. That's relatively normal.
So
but
medieval church, you say? Basically, the main building.
Yeah. And from what you've done with that history check, you can surmise that it's probably about 900 AD is the oldest part, from what you can tell.
Anything specific about the grotesques other than the fact that they have those different emotions?
Not from a history check.
No. Okay.
But yeah, I will get everyone else in.
Yep.
Oh, you interrupted my dancing.
But cracking, well done on that roll.
Quite.
Yeah, kudos on your rolling skills.
Don't forget to tick it. As
I did. Yeah, I'm definitely impressed. I will keep my eyes open inside as well.
Okay, so you're gonna go in.
Yes. I mean, I'm assuming the church is open as they usually are.
Yep. The main door. One of the door is a double door. One of them's closed, but one is wide open.
Yep.
And you go in, and you couldn't see it from the outside, but when you're in this older part of the building, it's standard windows. But as you turn the corner, there is some luscious stained glasses because of the way the sun was. You couldn't see, it was darker on the outside, but in the inside, with the light coming through them, you see that there's a beautiful array of stained glass windows on each of the 8 windows as they go down, depicting different scenes. There is there's a font towards the if you went around the L and then towards the tower. So the tower is at the back with the altar and the font in front of it. Strangely as well, there is a confession booth in the newer parts of the building. And you're pretty sure that this isn't a Catholic denomination, but there is a confession booth there. There is, if you look up, there's beams across the ceiling and a large crucifix hanging down above the altar.
Hang on, is there a Christ on the crucifix?
There is no Christ on the crucifix.
Okay.
There's
So Protestant or Anglican? The crucifix is hanging right side up. Just checking.
Yeah, it's the right
It's
way
actually
up.
slowly rotating by itself.
Oh, and on fire, just to know.
And yes, there is a man with massive robes and pray in some sort of no. You do notice that the crucifix has a point to the bottom, but none of the other edges are.
Like it's
they're
been
squared
whittled
off.
into a steak.
Yes, that's one way to describe it.
So those scenes on the windows, are they the standard scenes you see? Yeah.
That's a loaded question. Either give me a history or a spot hidden check.
I'm gonna go for the history. Oh crap! Well then.
Strangely, despite your vast knowledge of churches, you don't actually recognize.
And you said it's only 8 windows.
Yeah, so there's 4 on each
Okay.
side. Very large
What
ones.
Okay.
They're
What I
the
do
only
know.
glass ones. You actually
Just-
don't recognize anyone in these photos. In the
stained glass.
stained glass, bar the normal Christian denominations of like angels and cherubs. You don't see Christ.
Because the
and you
normal.
don't
Yeah. Okay.
You don't see anyone that you would normally recognize. You do see a man who has been haloed, but you don't know who it is.
Does the man look like the statue in the center of town?
Have you had a good look at the statue in the center of town?
I mean, I had a good look at the car almost crashed into the statue. I'm pretty sure that I saw the statue as well.
You've seen the
No.
statue, but you'd have to take a better look.
Okay, fair enough.
You can't really tell from the. It's a very different thing to have a statue and compare a statue and a stained glass window at fair glance. Like there's. Even with Jesus, there's very different paintings of Jesus than there are statues of Jesus. Like,
Your buddy Jesus.
right, but the church seems empty currently.
Completely empty. Nobody around.
nobody's nobody's praying or anything. Nobody's. It doesn't. It seems like it's open, and there seems like there's probably somebody about, but there's no one in your direct view right now.
I'll be walking around the church and see if I can find anybody, because I am
Okay.
looking for the deacon.
Okay, sure. You begin to walk up the aisle, which, by the way, has a carpet down over the stone tiles. It's between the aisles, and the aisles are wooden. You walk towards the altar to see if there's anyone there, and out from that staff door, you see someone walk in a long, sort of workman's coat, and he's got a brown suit on. With it's not a full suit, it's a waistcoat and trousers combination. The trousers seem to be held up with braces. It looks a very worked in suit rather than a formal suit, but it's a semi suit nonetheless. He's got sort of salt and pepper beard, and waxed back hair. He's a man of about 40.
I will, on a normal tone of voice, because this is church. Excuse me, sir.
He looks up. From when he closes the door, he looks up and goes, "Oh, can I help you?"
I am looking for the deacon Crowden.
Crowden. I think I think he's popped down the market to get us some sandwiches. He'll be back within the next 30 minutes or so.
Very right. Whom are you by? I'm Willem Company, by the way.
Oh, he brushes off his hands. I'm Barrett. Barrett Cook. I'm the groundskeeper, and I tend to the graves.
You're doing a good job at it as well.
Thank you. My family.
Graveyards looks amazing.
My family have been doing it since the late 1700s. It's a proud thing. The graveyard itself has won many awards, and we're very happy to. And it makes I think it makes the parish of St. Craythorne.
While we wait, could you tell me something more about these stained glass windows and the church itself? Since your family has been tending it since the 1700s?
Yeah. Certainly. So the church is called the parish of Our Father St. Craythorne. It is it's Church of England, but we cater to all denominations that are part of our flock, because that is the more Christian thing to do. We feel, and always felt with St. Craythorne. The church has been here from about the been a bit about the 900s. The oldest part of the church you are stood in right now. The stained glass was a later addition that was back in 1820, I think. The stained glass came. There was a stained glass in there before, but I believe it was damaged in over time and such. It naturally happens, and unfortunately, before this became the parish of St. Craythorne, it was left in disrepair, and it was actually disused as a church for many years. It was about that time that we built the extended section, as you see. The newer section of the church was made after it became the parish of St. Craythorne, and I can't remember if you'll have to forgive me, but I can't remember if the tower was one of our additions or if it was already here.
Who funded these glass windows? Because they're mighty expensive.
It's just gone 9, by the way, Midge.
Okay, I'll just finish this off. If any of you guys would like to go to your break early, feel free to do so. And then I'll come back to you guys after the break, but I'll finish this little explanation.
I have to miss information anyway. You're going to tell me to go away and miss more information. Not
Okay,
so
no.
quickly, pal. Okay?
So some of this is stuff you'd already know. So okay, yeah. I can't remember if this is us. What was your question? Sorry.
Who funded these? Because they look
Oh.
expensive.
Well,
And having a church in disrepair and building it up again because it looks in marvelous state.
Well, the people who originally took on the church, they had a fund that they put into it, and then they got local donations, local businesses, members of the flock. It's grown over the years. There was a lump cash sum that came in when they first took over, and then it's just generated over time.
I
Uh,
see.
some of the cross is actually only the last 10 years. That was raised by the PTA combined with the homeowners association and I can't remember, and the local neighborhood watch. They put together a fete, and yes, they raised money for it. Homeowners association is the wrong word. I know that's the American term. I couldn't remember the British term.
I was like, excuse me, sir. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I can't remember what the British term for it is.
We just have parish council, don't we? In smaller towns.
Yeah.
This is more of a private organization.
I
So-
don't think we have a direct equivalent.
Okay.
I think it is all sort of.
And these stained glasses, what do they depict? Because I don't recognize a lot of these.
Oh well, I'm not the one to tell the story really, but they depict the life of St. Craythorne. He is, although not canonized by the Church of England, he is a local folk saint who is apparently from the area, and yeah, it's basically telling you of his life and his miracles.
Very interesting. I'm assuming the deacon will tell me more, or can tell me more.
Oh, for sure.
Very much. Very nice.
The deacon is more knowledgeable in the life of St. Craythorne than I.
And you live on the grounds? Or you live nearby?
I have a small house at the actually at the end of the by the gate of the church itself. It's just outside the parish's grounds itself, but it's there. It's been in my family for a while. It's the groundskeeper's house, I suppose. Do you have any more questions for him, or are you okay to go to break?
I'm okay with a break.
Yeah, I'm okay. We'll go to break.
Cool. We will
now.
go to break. Join us in about 10 minutes where we will come back and do some more investigating. But go get yourselves a cup of tea or a drink or whatever, and we'll see you then.
I already had my tea.
All right.
Also, Rommel, I'm glad you're enjoying the rum.
Uh-oh.
And yeah, I will get talking to chat in a moment. But first, I'm going to go get myself a Jinky Jonks.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab some drink.
So. Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Archmage, yes, there will be a Between the Stars episode today, mate. There was problems rendering it. It kept coming out with no audio. So, don't worry. It's coming.
Hmm. Are you still getting a reverb on my
No.
So I've okay, good, because I lowered the sensitivity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because oddly enough, who knew that cheap 15 quid Chinese headset would start to go bad quickly? Who could have seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just telling my stream or my channel that not to worry about one of my videos not appearing today. It's coming.
Is YouTube being a YouTube or?
No, Sony Vegas was being Sony Vegas and rendering without any game audio.
That's a problem.
Yeah. I had to change settings for it. I have to change settings for each of my videos individually. Like one set of settings for one series and one set of settings for another series.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just changed some bits and pieces to make my game run better on audio on all the audio. So I'm having to redo all the settings again.
Yeah, I'm glad that's the level of shit I don't have to deal with. Just got slobs fucking me over.
But there you go. Such is life.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can actually get that working. No, I won't be able to, will I? I'll have to wait. Skidoo-ba-dee-ba-dee-doo.
Gentlemen.
Hello.
Good day.
Just got myself a coffee in my lovely Rival Zone Gaming mug.
Huzzah. Plug, plug.
But where can we find this lovely Volvo Zone Gaming mug?
We don't know yet because we haven't actually got a merchandise section up yet.
Oh, well, shit.
It's coming in the future.
So you're plugging a non-buyable good then?
Well, no,
Hey.
it's not non-viable. It's just promoting knowledge of said merchandise.
All right.
No, in truth, when I hit my 100 subs, for like the first time I hit 100 subs, Red bought me a cup and she had it all set up and done and everything.
Nice.
Just to say well done. It was like, thank you very much. Now if I can just get it to, I don't know, 1,000?
By the way, Muzz,
Mm-hmm.
that how the homeowners association is named the Craythorne Residents Society. I had to come up with a name, so there you are.
Yeah, fair enough. That works.
And PTA, what does that stand for? Because
Parent,
non-English.
Parent Teacher Association.
Ah, okay.
But you've been given PTA. It's basically like school fundraising and stuff like that.
So, again, St. Craythorne.
St. It's just Craythorne Residents Society.
Residents. Dents or dense? With T or CE?
A resident, as in someone lives there.
Residents. Okay. Society.
So the CRS.
Yeah.
Also, I'm bringing us back on the stream now, just in vocally at least.
All right.
So I can therefore talk to some people. Ah. Everyone working hard on their notes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading the book.
Ah.
I'm making notes, but I mean, most of the information is meta information.
Mm-hmm. Hey Ben, it's Twiglets. Hey, I haven't had them in a long time, so.
It's true. In all fairness, it's been a while since those disgusting things have made an appearance.
Mm-hmm.
What up, my dudes? Nothing's up. Okay.
Sorry, hold on. I'm just.
He's
Everything is up.
twigleting.
No, I'm checking my note. I'm checking some notes about.
Okay. What you munching?
What isn't he munching?
Anything other than food. Right. Everybody's back. Are we ready to start?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's do
So-
this.
Let me unpause the audio recording. Okay. So, we've just left Willem investigating some of the church, and he's been told that the deacon will be back in about 30 minutes. But for now, we will jump over to the rest of the party, who are heading to Blackstone Street. I think it's Blackstone Street or Blackstone Road.
Mm-hmm.
Blackstone Road, sorry. Where you are trying to find the house of Mr. Lear.
He has my helium.
Does that mean you're saying I only know the road?
That is what I'm saying, yes.
Well, that's jolly good, isn't it? Okay. Oh God, I don't know. We will. I guess I'll kind of pause at the end of the road. And kind of think for a second.
Is everything all right?
I'm not entirely sure which house it is.
Simple way to sort that out, and I just go to the nearest door and knock on it.
Okay. You go to number 1, Blackstone Street. And the door opens after about a couple of seconds waiting. And what seems to be a sniffing 10-year-old boy opens the door.
Terribly sorry. Could you?
Do I recognize the boy?
My answer to that was how often do you spend looking at children? But that's not.
No, I don't recognize the boy. Okay, that's
As little as
easy
possible.
answer.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Yes. Sorry. I don't suppose you know where Mr.
I'm
Lee lives.
thick.
What?
What?
He's sick.
Oh, I heard thick. I was
Yes,
like,
Don't
that's
worry,
because
I'm
he's
not-
got a blocked nose. He's
I'm-
sniffing
I'm
a lot.
thick.
He's
He's got a
ill.
lisp.
Yes. Don't suppose you know where Mr. Lear lives?
Leith.
Yes,
does also
that.
have a lisp.
Okay.
How
Yes.
is Lear turned into Leith?
Lear. There was a on the Lear. I think.
So weird.
It flamed, okay? Mummy!
Oh dear.
Themed
Heard enough of that today.
This house, what looks like a housewife with a tea towel, sort of. Yes.
Yeah. Could you point us to the residence of Mr. Lear, if you please?
Oh, Leah's 6 houses down.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I just.
There's only
walk away.
houses on one side as well, so it makes sense.
I don't even know the person who lives 1 unit over.
You know.
They don't really didn't do numbers back in the day, right? It's not like.
Oh yeah, I mean they all have house numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, they do. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. I
Fancy.
go. I go 6 doors down and knock on the door. Well, you
I
did say.
mean,
I'm not going insane.
you've sort of taken over this whole shindig. Obviously, Artemis isn't going to say anything, but she is just going to be a little bit like excuse me, in the background.
Well,
In her head. I'm giving you her head, okay? Because she doesn't say anything interesting, so I would just tell you what she's thinking.
phrasing. But yeah, I knock on the door 6 doors down.
Okay. You knock on the door, and a lady comes to the door.
Hello, Miss Lear? Mrs. Lear?
Quizzical look. Yes.
Is your husband in?
Oh no, he'll be at the office. Why?
Okay,
Who
we
are
just
you?
want. We just wanted. Oh, I'm just a. I
Why
just wanted
didn't
to
you
talk to him.
correct me when I assumed that lunch would be had at home? Why didn't you tell me that that's not how people do things?
Because I'm not going to get in the way of your character assumption. He tends to be at the office. Who are you? I can phone to say that you're coming.
Arthur Byron.
I'm waving in the
We
background.
met at the Chester. Ignore him. He's.
You can't see me.
I'm an
Behind
idiot.
you.
Oh no, she went.
Hey, can I make a check to see if I would assume the strange thing in the background would be Borkvard, or is that just assumed knowledge at this point?
I'm gonna let that up to you. That's a character decision.
Yeah, I'm going to assume it's you know, Borkvard being strange. I don't mind him. Yes, Arthur Byron. We met in the Chesterfield last night.
Oh.
Hmm.
All
Nothing
right.
bad.
Yeah. He'll be at the office.
Okay.
Didn't you?
Thank very much.
Did you technically meet outside the Chesterfield line? I met him in the Chesterfield line. when I was still
Semantics. That weird Dutch voice in my head.
I often
Thank
have
you
a
very-
weird Dutch voice in my head as well. So don't worry about it. Is that
Thank you
what
very
you were
much.
saying to her?
Yes, and I just traipsed away. I just turned to Arthur. I don't suppose you know where his office is, or
Yes.
Actually,
you know,
you all
through
will
the
have seen it because
embarrassment.
it's in the main square of Craythorne.
Oh.
Yay, we're just having a lovely walk for the sake of exercise. It's fine, don't even worry about it. I'll just wander off towards it
All right.
in silence.
two go in that
Should have
direction.
taken my balloon.
I mean, you were there. You're not far.
Hmm. It's hardly like crossing a city.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes at the most. It's like one straight line essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get to the you find yourselves standing out of Lear Construction Limited. And it's Priory Square, St. Craythorne is what it says on a large, almost skywriting style sign hanging over what seems to be quite a small construction office. Let me just actually check which one it is in the square because I think I got that wrong. It is that one specifically.
There.
It's difficult because it pings out so wide.
Yeah.
The second one from the corner.
Yeah, the thin one that's not got the slant.
Yeah.
I can put a little mark. I'll let one of you put a little marker on there, because you can
hang
start
on,
denoting places on the map if you would like, for your own references. Color code it or however you want to do it. Armor this.
There.
Yeah, that building there.
Oh, okay, in that case.
When you let everybody in Arma draw on the map, it is just.
Yeah, let's not
dicks
do
and
that.
balls all over
Whole
the
of
place.
dicks.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm guessing you all go inside.
I'm looking forward
Yes.
to helium.
Just muttering to
Does he
himself.
just go in? I am looking for the helium.
Well, I'm kind of muttering it to myself.
Helium! Give me helium!
No, he's not allowed to. He's just muttering it to himself.
Okay, you go inside.
Do we see him? Anyone?
Yeah, I'm getting to that. Give me a second.
Chewing
Okay,
on
Sorry,
so
it
you-
just went into your twiglets like you were done with that sort of knowledge.
You-
So.
You enter the door and you see what seems to be a reception, with a receptionist, and then like one of those half walls, within glass and a glass door, and in the glass interior you see 3 more desks. None of them are being sat at; they're all kind of being sat on, like leant against the desk. There's like 3 gentlemen sort of chatting. One of them sees the door open and he pulls down the blinds because they're all eating their lunch, but they don't want to be disturbed. And the receptionist looks up. She's also got an apple and goes, "Lear Construction, how can I help?"
Yes. Some of us would like to talk to Mr. Lee, if at all possible, for industrial concerns and something more personal.
Okay, can it be done in one meeting?
I just looked at Borgvard.
I'm looking for the helium.
Yes,
Probably.
I think it could be.
All right. Let me just look at what times they've got available.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know her?
Do you know her?
I will ask that about everyone we meet.
Yeah, you know her.
Who is she? Tell me more.
Yeah, thank you. Use your words. Her name is Amelia.
All right. While she's looking over, looking for
Emilia,
a time,
not
I'm gonna
Amelia.
pull a shilling out, and I'm
Emilia.
gonna put a shilling down on the book and be like, "Would you have a meeting available immediately?"
I forgot we've got Mr. Moneybanks.
Like,
Okay.
I'm just gonna like take over here, like through
She
the
takes
crowd.
it. She just takes it, slides it into her pocket.
Amelia who?
Sorry.
Accepts
Uh,
bribes.
Amelia accepts bribes, yeah.
Amelia Baker.
Amelia Corruptible?
She actually was. She's like school age for you. For the few times that you were actually at school.
Oh.
She would have been in your classes.
I'm gonna turn to rival, just sort of subtly, like not whisper, but like say quietly. I told you the rich one would be useful.
You realize that rival is also rich, right?
Yeah.
Oh, not that rich.
Hey, I've got a rolls just like you, buddy.
You wanted a dick picture contest here?
He knows how much this money's worth. You don't.
See, that's how rich I am. I don't even understand the concept of how much I have.
Hang on, are we
I
getting
hope
into
you're
a
making a
pissing contest about who's richer? Because it's fairly straightforward,
office of
mate.
a construction
It's
worker.
you.
You went to the money exchange place. You just dropped like a bag of gold on them, and you were like, "I need this
like
to
the
be
idea
coins."
it's like a cast like bust of like.
Do the British have
$1
paper money at this point, or am I
Yes,
just? Is
but
this
no
like
one
a
uses it because it's like a pound is so much money, like
Yeah.
so
Oh,
much
okay.
money.
So everybody's
it's a
still got like
proper
a
bank
coin
note.
purse.
If you were in
Yeah,
London, you could get away with using notes, but as soon as you go outside of London, it's like no one knows there are notes because they're just ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah.
Think of notes as bankers' checks in this.
Okay, so it's kind of like how the U.S. technically has a $1,000 bill, but nobody fucking carries a $1,000 bill.
Yeah.
on.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah. Exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you wouldn't go into like a supermarket and say, "I'd like to buy my sandwich with this. Do you have change?"
Like, I'm buying this pack of gum. Do you have change for a grand?
Yeah, can you break 1,000? No.
Gold bullion or silver?
Why not?
Can I pay in historical artifacts? Is that?
I bet there's some places you could actually get away with that.
She looks at the thing, crosses out a few names. He's just having his lunch at the moment. Give him 10 minutes.
I can wait 10 minutes.
And she goes to pick up the phone to clearly cancel an appointment. Sorry, was there anything else?
No.
Okay.
I'm looking around at the crowd. I was like,
she then goes on the phone and goes, "Yeah, hi, Mr. Webster. Yeah, unfortunately," it just goes on a exposition of, "I'm gonna have to move your meeting. Sorry if you've already left. Not that you will have if you've answered the phone in this day and age."
I'm in the car right now.
Yeah, the
No,
cord
on
is
the horse.
really streaming out behind me.
I like the idea that there's a guy just with cable running it by.
There's a guy with like one of those big
I crashed
spools.
into a telephone booth to take this call.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Matrix
I guess
flashbacks.
is there somewhere for us to sit, please, to wait?
Um,
I'm saying please, DM, give us
she
somewhere to
sort
sit.
of- She kind of points, and there's like 3 chairs, and there's 4 of you.
Midge,
I'm immediately taking a chair.
earlier on, why did you make me use persuade when I have charm?
Oh, that would have worked.
I hate
because
you.
Not everyone has the same skills, so I only see the basic skills, and then
Because
obviously
I would have
anything
kicked
else is
ass with charm.
There you are. You know later then
You can
to
try and
people.
charm again.
Oh yeah, he will.
Oh, I will. You are a member
yeah,
of the opposite sex, and I'm in the 1920s, and I'm a fighter pilot ace. So
after the call, you see him
It's
get
good
up.
to be respected as a human being.
You see her go in, and she opens the door. You hear her. She comes back out. And she's just like informed him of the meeting.
Check to understand.
After about 5 minutes, you see one of them pull up the
blind.
blind. Yes, that's the word. And the three gentlemen there, two of them go back to their desks, and another comes to the door, opens the door, and says, "Right, come on in."
All right. Ahoy.
I'm gonna go in behind Borgvard.
Okay.
And sort of hang at the back of this strange session of,
Weirdos.
Weirdos.
I'm gonna stick with Borgvard because, like, we're here to talk about helium. I mean, you know.
You're my hookup. You're my contact here.
There, he points to
True.
one seat in front of his desk. Sorry, we don't have many chairs. Feel free to grab one from the reception area if you want to sit down, or if you don't mind standing.
I will
what's
grab a
all this
chair
about, then?
and put it in there for
And then
someone
he-
else to sit in.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna
taking
stand
the
next
one
to the
chair in
door.
front of I'm sitting in the chair in front of the desk.
Okay.
I'm also gonna stand, just hover a little bit at the back of this, arms crossed.
If no one else will sit down, I'll sit next to Borgvard.
He's very confused because there's a group of people he doesn't recognize, bar Miss Sheffield. So he's kind of aiming this at you. What's all this
It's
about?
like 1,000 people in this town. He doesn't recognize Artemis?
No,
Very
you
good.
bar me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said that.
Did?
Sorry, Miss Lear. Well,
He's got his
Miss-
tea.
Lord, how did I address you last week? I don't remember, Borgvard.
Lord
I
Gunderson
say-
works.
Well, he just kind of he says Lord, and he goes, sorry, sir. Would you like any tea, coffee? Can I get you anything?
I'm just gonna wave him off.
Lord Gunderson here is in search of helium, and I wasn't particularly sure if or where that. But I thought perhaps if you have construction contacts, perhaps you'd maybe know more about where it could be found in the ground.
In the helium. Sorry, one moment. He gestures.
Oh,
to
God.
one desk. Timing.
I just looked. I just looked over at the other monitor and saw a shape behind me.
God of Cthulhu!
Oh God. What?
He just and Pete actually comes over and he kind of mutters, Pete, if you do you know if we got anyone that's working in gas at the moment? Oh, gas. How much gas are we talking? Oh, he's gone. Fuck.
He just fucked off for his own meeting.
I
Je ne
like
sais
the
pas.
old- like, wait, I can roll a language for him. If he succeeds, it's going to be really fucking embarrassing.
We're rolling a language to see if you know how much gas you want.
Oh,
or the question that's just been asked of you. Language.
Vast
own language,
quantities.
anything.
a balloon.
Oh, nope. You do not understand. You
I'm just
Just
like
like-
gesticulating wildly with a stump and one hand. Like,
I'll kind of like interject. I believe he's trying to circumnavigate the globe in a helium balloon.
doing this.
Pete goes. And he goes. Right. So you need aeronautical helium. That kind
Yes,
of grade.
it floats upwards.
Well, some of the industrial strength stuff that we use and various
Stop saying things when I'm drinking.
various industrial grade stuff won't do for that. But we had a gentleman come in. We were doing the fascias on his at his property, large property, south end of the county. He was a part of the Hot Air Ballooning Society of Great Britain. I believe their headquarters is down in Chichester.
Okay. They would know.
I'd say they're the better people to talk about. But yeah, we don't stock industrial grade helium for anything, and those who do, it's not the right mix.
How the
I'll just-
fuck do you spell Chichester?
CHIST.
Give me an English language check.
Oh god, no.
Fuck it, I'm winging it. It's phonetic.
English is never phonetic.
Funny
Chichester
enough,
is
I
pretty.
know that one. I went to uni there.
Heck, I know that one.
How long have we been friends?
All I know that you're from the Kent area because you bitched up a store when I raided the fuck out of it in CK2.
What?
There's a lot of money there.
But
There you
Yeah,
go.
there's a lot of fucking churches. It's easy.
you said there was a
Free real estate.
personal element to this. What's all this about?
Well, these gentlemen will know
Look
more.
at my difference.
Yes.
She's
Mr.
so
Leah,
silent. She's like,
we
"Oh."
met at the Chesterfield last night.
Oh,
My
he gets
apologies.
Instantly more guarded.
My apologies for the unpleasantness.
Ah!
Is it a dog?
Bogford!
Oh!
It's
Oh,
Bogford!
Upside. She's
It's
sleeping
Bogford.
upside down in her crate while smiling.
Oh,
Nice!
she's so sweet. Oh, you need to post more pictures of her. on
I
Instagram.
just put that on Instagram.
Okay, well, then good because I love it every time. every time I love.
Right. What
Right.
is it?
You mentioned last night that you suspected one Stephen Bell having something to do with the disappearances.
Right.
Right.
I'll stand by
I
that.
I'm gonna
I-
say too loudly to Artemis while they're talking. Was this the drunk guy?
Well, yes, I think he was quite inebriated.
We went to go talk to. I just took a point to write to a Lord Hartwell. Went to go talk to this Stephen Bell, just to see where you were coming from, and I think I understand.
What? That he's fucking backwards. Yeah. Sorry,
Yes.
Lord Artwell, but
Like I care.
bottom of
Yeah.
society. You
Hmm.
ask me, and it's just he's off.
He's very off. In light of some, I have no real information, but could I ask a few questions?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Bit sick of questioning.
I understand. It's just
Yeah, go for it. If you think
right.
about.
Right. You when exactly did she go missing? Was she like out? Was she like go missing from the house? Was she just in between going to two places, or
Or just mutter like, "Poor Katie."
Was she a farmer too?
As far as I'm
Yeah.
aware.
She's this man's daughter.
Oh,
the
the
Um,
missing girl, right?
Yes, the missing girl.
I was
Oh,
just
I wasn't
face-palming
talking to
into-
you.
Okay.
Like I'm having a side conversation.
She was on her way back from her friends. They were doing homework. That's all I know. I got a call from the friend's mother to say that she was leaving, and then she never came home.
Okay.
We started looking for her right away. I went down and I got John. I got the boys together, and we started knocking on some doors, and nobody had seen her. And
Do you know if she
Maybe.
actually left the house in the first?
I was in her friend's house.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. They say they say that she left for shore and was
Okay.
all, and then she was seen leaving.
Okay.
She last anyone saw of her was the end of Church Street.
Okay. But like a sort of flash of light panics goes over Arthur's face. Right. Yes. Have either you or knowingly any of your family had any actual interactions with Stephen Bell?
I keep my family far away from him.
Understandable.
He's around town a lot.
You guys are having
He,
this conversation like over our heads.
Well, I've sort of leaned into the table a bit at this point, like around the side
So
of
you're okay.
He obviously he's there at all the fates and everything.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, he's the only man with a camera in town, and the church like to hire him for it.
Do you know exactly who in the church is hiring him? He wouldn't give me a straight answer.
For the fates and things, it's normally the deacon.
Okay. Don't suppose you know what you tell me I could find the deacon.
Please don't say the church.
Pulls out his fog watch. It's about lunchtime. It could be anywhere between here and the church. He gets a sandwich from the supermarket. Not supermarket.
So,
I was gonna say,
You're-
does
you
he
guys-
now?
He's headed over to the
meal
Piggly
deal.
Wiggly to pick up a fried chicken sandwich.
From the grocers.
Pop into Tesco.
I need some information here.
He popped
Missy-
over to the Wawa.
Mrs. Gibbs hand makes sandwiches that she sells around lunchtime.
Right.
He's a bit of a partial to them.
Do you know if anyone in the church particularly likes Stephen, or if they simply hire him out of pragmatism?
They tolerate him more than most, but I think his kind shouldn't live here.
Is
Right.
mind?
Was Katie friends with Charlotte?
Was he an Irishman?
You mean
Just interesting question bombardment.
Well, as a foreigner, all I know about the British is that they hate the fucking Irish.
At this point in history, everyone hates the British and everyone hates them back.
he turns to Bournemouth and he said, he'd be more likable if he was Irish.
So he's a Swede. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking for names because I don't want to get this wrong.
Charlotte's the other one that went missing.
Yeah, I'm looking for. You mean Charlotte Franklin?
Yes.
No, I told her to keep away from the Franklins. Another pile of uselessness that should get out of town.
Okay.
Craythorne's a lovely place, and those kinds ruin it.
Artemis isn't.
Was there anything you noticed even slightly off about her in the weeks before?
Who, Katie?
Yes.
Spent more time with her friends, but it's her final year of school, so she's got a lot of projects.
Okay. I don't feel an impending distraction.
Right, anything else? I got a lot of work to do.
That was it. Thank you for your time. I'm very sorry about your current situation, Mr. Lear. I can't imagine what it must be like. Hopefully it'll be resolved soon.
But, whatever you do, please don't bug my
Oh,
wife
oh,
about
no,
this.
that's a whole slice of banana bread.
Taking it worse than I am. Taking it.
I understand.
Right.
Yes.
That'll be all.
Thank you. And I just head out.
I would like hang back. I can hope you find. I hope. Oh my god, that was not a sentence that was happening. I hope she turns up soon, Mr. Lear.
So do I.
And then kind of like go outside with everyone else because I don't really know why we're here.
Alright, so you exit Lear Construction Limited. And oh my god, Christ, she's like right in the camera, that's amazing. Dog.
Hello!
Would you go pooch? Anyway,
Yeah, she ain't going anywhere.
but I will jump back now to Willem. You've been sat around in the church. Was there anything you wanted to do particularly in that?
Well, yeah, kind of want to take a better look at the stained glass, the church as a whole, and the carpet in the middle.
You don't think you'll
Specific.
be able to get anything out of the stained glass any more than you already know?
No, and the,
No, and the church itself, not really.
nothing specific about the altar or.
Check the confessional.
What are you looking for?
Anything that is, well, out of the ordinary, basically. So, not normal.
It's very
in-
vague.
I know it's very vague.
You're looking for
Is
weird
the-
things in a church?
Look,
From
you
your
say there is
okay.
a font, right? There is a font. Is the font?
Okay, give me a
very-
spot hidden roll. Are you going along the same lines of the stuff that I told you secretly?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Give me a spot
Uh,
hidden roll. Or a history, either one.
I'm going for history then. Oh god. Okay.
Not
That's
really.
not too bad. That's not no.
It looks like Church of England sort of stonework. Some of it's very nice. Nothing really particular, but
No, I'll just wander around the grounds then, see if I see the deacon come back.
okay. About 20 minutes later, you see a man in a straw hat, like almost beekeeping level straw hat, walking up the in the church, and you see that he's also robed, but he's walking up the church path towards the parish with a little brown paper bag.
So I see him on the street still.
He's like, if you're looking at the church, he's like actually just entering like the church grounds gate at that sort of junction.
I'll walk towards him.
He's not moving fast. He's kind of taking
No.
it very leisurely. Then you
Casually
finally look
walking.
up and sees this giant man coming towards you. Who's that? Oh, hello.
Greetings, sir. I'm assuming you're the deacon.
That'll be I, yeah.
Yeah. Willem Compagnie.
Oh,
I'm- Yes, I'm not from around here. You may have found that out already. I've understood that your wife and your son also write in the parish briefs. Notes.
yeah. Sorry,
Yes.
I didn't formally introduce myself. My name's Dick Croden. I'm the deacon here, but I'm guessing you already know that since you're asking about my family. Well, yeah, they write in the parish briefs. So I also do. So does the vicar.
The vicar. Who might that be?
Yeah.
I've not picked
the
up on that
vicar?
one.
Oh,
Yes.
it's William Snow.
William Snow.
We just call him Snow or Snowy to his closer friends, I guess. Oh, it's yeah.
Does he not want his normal name?
Um,
And your son, he had some strange writings in the paper about a certain person in this town who's apparently behind disappearances.
huh. Well, so I can be a little bit zealous when it comes to certain things. He's a bit hot-headed. It's the youth of today. It's just how it is.
Oh, how old is he then?
He's 17.
17. And already writing. Because his writing
Oh.
is a bit, I should say, aggressive. It's very...
Well, normally I catch it, but he handles the printing because I don't know how to work that contraption, and nor does his mother. But normally we catch the more radical pieces before he goes to print. But we were a bit rushed this week, and unfortunately that one slipped our radar. Don't worry, he's been punished for it. But I can't say I disagree.
Oh, you don't?
There's always something very off about Mr. Bell.
Off, you say?
Well, I'm not going to say any more than that. It wouldn't be very Christian in me.
That's true enough. Can I roll a psychology check, see if I can convince him to speak a bit more?
Not a psychology check. It'd have to be a persuade or a charm or something. Psychology is for like to understand someone's psychology. Like also psychoanalyze would be to get a deep understanding. Psychology would be like, why is this person doing this? You know.
Mm-hmm. I'll try a persuade.
Okay.
Oof. Got one good roll today.
No, sorry, sir. I'm not saying anymore. Not saying anymore.
Very well.
What brings you to our fair little patch of England?
Well, I was originally here on holiday, but
Oh, very nice, very nice. Glad you're staying with us.
well, yeah, so what I think, but then all of a sudden a hubbub erupted outside the pub last night, and that caught my interest.
Oh, that would be Mr. Lear, I'm guessing.
That is the name I picked up, yes.
Word job
I
was
mean,
past in a small town. You can't keep anything past us. Yes,
no, but I
it's...
can understand that whatever your son wrote might have induced this. Might have pushed Mr. Lear over the edge.
Oh, Mr. Lear wouldn't have read that yet. That only came out this morning.
This morning? Thought it was
Yeah.
from last week.
It's this week's.
Oh, and it came out on Monday.
Yeah.
Scrap that then. But I'm assuming the whole town feels like this then.
Between you and me, the whole town has felt that for a little bit of a while. This is just the awful situation is just putting everything on tension, you know?
Yes, but why specifically him then?
Again, sorry, sir. Not gonna get too into that.
It's an awfully lovely church.
Do you mind if we walk and talk? I've got to head back up to the church.
Yes. I had some questions about the church as well.
Oh, by all means, yeah. I'll happily dispart my knowledge of the beautiful parish that it is.
It is indeed beautiful. A lot of influences there.
Oh yes. We had a lot of benefactors from all over the globe. In fact, some of them spanning from quite a ways away, if I do say so. And some of the old carvings come from parts of other churches that have been donated or brought to us. It's quite the amalgamation of work, and we're very proud of it.
I should say so, yes. So, this St. Craythorne, I noted there was only 8 windows inside. Usually there's 12.
Well, yes, because our St. Craythorne is not canonical, we thought that just so the powers that be within the secular parts of the United Kingdom, we had 12, but they got a bit annoyed, shall we say, and so we limited it because he's not canonized. They didn't allow us to.
Is that a term that would have been used?
Canonized?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a
Where's
theological
that
term.
from?
It's being made a saint is what canonized means.
Okay, someone explain that to me.
If you're an official saint, you would be like canonized. If not,
Yeah,
you're
it's
just
canonical.
someone. Yeah.
So the
You're
canonical.
beautified.
It's
term
basic.
canonical
It's just
means...
saying you've officially been
No, but I
recognized
mean, like,
as the church.
why canon?
Because they take the saints and they fire them out of a cannon.
Yeah. Holy artillery.
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, it's where the holy hand grenade comes from as well.
Some Latin bullshit, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, it comes from the term of if something's canonical, as in
It's official.
It's official. It's the canon, like in.
No, I know
like
that, but I've only
like
ever
in
heard
literature
of
or
them.
Star
Yeah.
Wars, like all the games for Star Wars.
Jesus or Luke Skywalker.
Because like all the Star Wars games are now non-canon because Disney said so.
Everything's non-canon. All of the books and everything are
Exactly.
non-canon.
So,
Anyway,
someone who's canonized is someone who's seen by the church to be the true thing.
I literally mean like the etymology, but like I'll Google that.
Oh,
don't worry about it.
yeah, Google that. I'm not a dictionary. I could barely speak the English language at certain years.
Let alone explain it.
Now, in fact, I can't even speak the English language now to a great extent. If anyone's seen any of my videos ever.
Flanders is in America.
Yeah, Flanders in America. Yeah.
Sexy Flanders.
But yeah, no. Did you have any more questions for them?
Yeah, so I'm assuming the man with the halo is
That
and
would
according
be...
to
Oh, no, continue.
yes, according to what is his name again? Go. Okay, help me out here. The guy I just spoke to inside the groundskeeper.
Oh, the groundskeeper.
Cook.
Cook, yeah.
Barrett Cook.
Barrett, yeah. According to Barrett,
Oh, yes, Mr. Cook, yeah.
you could explain more about the different miracles he performed.
Oh, they're depicted by each of the stained glass. Although, as I said, there are some that are missing. But as far as I'm aware of it, in about the turn of the 1500s, St. Craythorne visited this town, which used to be called Forehampton. It was just a bit bigger than a couple of hamlets then, but he came to the land, and there was just a pile of nothing. There was a small lumbering trade here, but not much. And around that time, the people of the area were they were suffering under Cromwell and unable to buy a lot of their food. So he blessed the land and made loads of the bogs fertile. That's where you can see, or so they say, the farms today in the area. That's why we have such a varied set of ecosystems surrounding the town. And yes, he was a local folk hero. He provided food and fertility to the land and the town.
And you said there were 4 glasses not used.
Yeah, this was a bit before my time. I actually don't know what happened to the other 4. But yes, I'm guessing they were just more fluff to the story, shall we say.
So you don't know what was on them?
No, I don't think I do.
That's a damn shame. Would have been interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, we tried to try and find them, but we didn't actually see any of the record of that.
There was one grave outside that I missed, and I'm sorry that I have to come back to it, but I saw there's his mother is buried here. Mr.
Oh,
Bell's
you mean-
mother. But there
Lovely,
was no
she was.
Mr. Bell.
The Bells moved here. When the Bells moved here when Mrs. Bell was or Miss Bell was pregnant, and there was never a Mister in the picture, as far as I'm aware. He as far as I'm aware, well, he had his way with her, and the child is the result.
Midichlorians.
Please, no. Ah,
Look, we've already said that Star Wars
Which
is
are
basically
canon.
the church.
Is there anything else, Mr. Cognac? Companion?
Mr.
Is that how you say it?
Cognac.
Cognac. I've been
Mr.
named many
Compagnia?
things, but not that.
Mr.
No, for now.
Compagnia?
I'll just wander around a bit. Maybe also we'll be seeing each other again.
No worries, I'll be inside eat my sandwich.
Enjoy.
Toodaloo! And he pops off and tips his
fuck.
little straw hat. And you also noticed that he had glasses on, by the way.
Oh fuck. Don't worry about it. I'm figuring something out. Don't worry about it.
All right. Yes. So I'll go back to the other group. What are they doing?
Hmm. We're just standing outside layer construction now,
Yep.
aren't we? Right.
You
Hmm.
are in Priory Square.
Right.
Bit of an awkward configuration of people. I'll kind of like. I mean, I don't know, Bulkvoid. You never said if you left the building.
I had just assumed I would have meandered with the crowd.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, I wouldn't assume anything with you, but that's fine. I'll kind of
Oh
like.
God, you have been given a lead onto where to get some helium, or who
Yeah.
might know about some helium.
Off to Chichester.
Hmm.
Would I know about? Like, would there be a bus that went there from here
You could get there
on the
by
train, maybe?
Yeah, for sure you could get on the train. A couple of changes, but you could get there.
Okay, I guess I'll kind of like turn to Bulkvoid and be like, you could get a train to well, you could use the trains to get to Chichester. If you
I'm
so-
sure I could find a driver.
Oh yes, you could have someone drive you.
Mother Hartwell, what are we doing?
I'm just sort of looking around the square a bit. Do you think the Chesterfield would be a good, decent place for a more private conversation?
Yes, a public space is a great place for a private conversation.
But they had non-private. They had private spaces.
Which
What did
one
they
of you
call
would
them
be?
here? Public houses?
And so I saw you were talking to
I-
a Mr. Compagnier earlier. Do
Who?
you know where he is?
6-foot giant.
Oh, it's the giant man.
He went looking for the deacon. I assumed he would be going to the church.
Oh, good. You can't see the back of this book. Good.
I'd quite like to talk to him about and include him on this. Shall we say, inform him of what we've found, of what we saw at Stephen's house.
A foreign reporter?
Foreign is
I-
exactly what I'm looking for right now, shall we say?
Trying not to show what's the front cover of this book.
That's the opposite of what I do with the Monster Manual. Like.
Yeah, he keeps waving it around his chest.
Well, just so everyone knows I'm looking at it. Yes.
Foreign? I'm just like giving him a look like, excuse me, sir, excuse me.
Damn foreigners.
What am I to you? What do I mean to you?
But yes.
I'm just not sure that a reporter is really going to have the best interests of the townspeople at heart.
Maybe not, but I don't think it'd quite have even the more selfish report would have their interests so malign as to a shall we say misusing the kind of information I'm giving out.
I would argue that reporters often sensationalize the events of small towns.
Yeah, I know that well enough. Anyway, I mean, if you don't particularly trust him, then
I don't know them. I mean, to be frank, I don't really know any of you.
that's fair.
Artemis said
Right.
something really like strong, and she's like shaking. Probably think I'm shivering again. She's gone red again.
I like start to grab my jacket again.
So cold.
Well then, straight to the Chesterfield.
Okay, you cross the square and enter the Chesterfield.
I
Well,
know
I
we don't
was
all
asked-
do that
I was
because,
asked-
like,
I was
I
asked
said
they
you. I
want-
didn't ever say. Didn't
Well,
say
I was well, and I know, but I was saying to the group, not
Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me that we go.
Hop over to the Winchester for a pint, wait for everything to blow over.
yeah, yeah, I'm like,
Are
No,
PTA drinking now?
Well,
I'm not sure.
I mean, are you interested in how this and these disappearances and how it's turning out, or just the town at large?
That's such a pointed question. Oh, this
Indeed.
stranger's just come here and is telling me that I don't care about my own town.
I'm not saying you
What
don't.
is
you just
this? What is this? What is this?
He's
I
asking
was
a
just like-
question.
Well, of course I do.
Oh,
I
then you might find interesting in what I'm about to say.
She's like, what do you
Anyway.
know?
Well, we'll be in the Chesterfield if you want to know. And I just start going off towards there.
Ah. Is
Well, I'm
everyone else walking?
What's everybody else doing? Arthur is headed to the Chesterfield.
Well, I'm feeling a bit peckish, so I'm heading down to the Chesterfield just to get some food.
Okay. Hartwell?
I'm sort of waiting to see what Hartwell and Borgvard do.
Yeah, because she hates Hartwell.
I don't know you. I just think you're a bit forward.
Well, that's where my room is, so I guess I'd be heading out there too because I have a lead, but that's it. So I'll probably head back to my towards my room.
Turret.
Yeah, okay. No one else is.
Also for the sake of getting
Going
the party
elsewhere.
together.
I will head towards the Chesterfield because Borgvard is, and then when I see him like heading off to the wrong door, I'll just kind of like, well, I've made an embarrassment of myself, so I guess I'll just go in anyway now.
Okay. So, Arthur, are you going to the private area?
I am, yeah. I assume I can go in without being challenged if they still recognise.
Yeah.
Sit down in the boot
Gone
in the
back to
boot.
his room, correct?
How many people are in there? The little side room that we're going to. Is it just
None. But
Right,
it's only
who's
a
going in there?
dividing it.
who's going into there? Right, okay,
I'm a bit
Borgvard.
behind. I'm still having.
I figured out
downhill,
that if I
so-
raise my hand above the frame, it works out perfectly.
It does. It really does. I'm wondering how many people are going in there, so I know how many drinks to buy.
Oh, I mean, I will. Also,
I think everyone.
I'm not happy about it, but
Okay,
I'm
in which
going.
case, as people are filtering that way, I ask what they want to drink.
Whiskey.
One whiskey.
Borgvard?
Oh, I don't drink alcohol in the daytime like you British people.
Water.
Oh, I don't either.
2 waters.
Yes, I suppose.
No one else? Okay, fair enough. 1 bit. Awesome. I go to my friendly barmaid for the person and give her a flash her a smile and
Not
place
quite
the
there
drinks.
yet. Okay. She makes you pay this time, but it's
Of course, of course, of course.
it's menial to you. It's
Amount. It's an amount.
about 10
It's
bob.
some,
What?
it's some
Alright.
money.
Fair enough.
I'll make a show of paying for everything.
Why? I'm buying them.
Yeah.
Both of you
I'm
just
making
put
it.
down the money and
Yeah.
look at each other.
I
Like,
put down. I put down more money.
Oh God.
Fine,
I'm
you want,
just gonna
you want to
sit
pay more
down.
money for the same thing? Up to you, buddy. I'm okay with this. Fair enough.
the barmaid is like, and
Take
Generous
his money.
accepts the
Just
money.
take his
Generous
money.
tip.
Take the money off him. Go on. If he wants to do that, then fine. Away he goes.
And she takes the money, and you have your drink. Willem, about 10 minutes later, you also you get to.
I'll just approach the bar and ask for some lunch
Okay.
and some coffee, please.
I'm
need
gonna
some.
Mansa Musa this town is what I'm gonna do.
One coffee and
Make it a large one.
and she hands you a menu of lunch items. Would you like to see the menu of lunch items?
I'll have some bread, please.
Just some bread.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Toasted?
Yes, please.
Okay. Some toast and a coffee. All right. And she points like a seat out to you if you want to sit down. And she gives you a coffee and says, I'll bring some out in a moment then.
Much obliged.
Right, so we're in the cordoned off area, so then.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Willem is in the main bar.
Can I just have a quick, sort of glance around the room just to make sure, I don't know, nothing looks obviously out of place, you know? Like a cautious, look about, you know?
Okay. As in this private room,
Yes. It's like looking out all the windows and, you know.
there aren't any windows.
Oh, okay.
It's a snug.
But give me a spot hidden.
Glances around like a.
Just
Very
him
cool.
or everybody?
Anyone that wants to.
Oh,
not
he's
me.
got a hard.
Phrasing.
Nice. Well done, buddy.
Okay. Anyone else doing one?
Yeah, I'll go for it.
Sure.
I don't know
Help.
what this information is.
Do I see anything in the meantime?
Oh, and I
I'm just-
failed massively.
Yeah, oof, that's a...
What's
you
the
just go blind.
I went blind.
You got an eyelash, is what it is. You just-
Yeah.
Sitting there
Ah.
doing one of these.
Yeah. Byron, you don't notice anything.
Okay.
I'm looking
Wasted
for
my
extreme
heart.
if you were to
Yeah.
notice anything, but
Oh, there goes my heart. But yes,
waste of a heart.
I know, right? God. I just sit down at the table and just look through all the groups. And say, right. Me and Hartswell and Bobby, who's now gone elsewhere, went to go visit Stephen Bell this morning.
Willem, give me a spot hidden. Not spot hidden. Listen. You hear the voice of Arthur from behind the curtain.
Do I hear him say that name?
You heard Bell.
Okay, I get up and I get up
Could have
and
been talking about the damn church.
Yep.
Yeah, but I hear a familiar voice, and I'm like, I need to talk to this man. So I get up and I just so like a wooden pillar where I can knock on, where the curtains are.
The wall.
Well, the wall, yeah.
It's a bracket like above. It's attached to 2 walls.
Oh, I can easily knock the bracket then.
I
And
mean,
then-
yes, actually, you're 6'6". You can reach
Exactly.
up in the bracket.
Okay, I'll just knock on the bracket and immediately just open the curtain.
Okay.
Arthur
you
just
go
fucking
in.
snaps to you. Says Stephen Bell, and suddenly there's someone walking in.
Yeah.
Ah. Willem, sorry about my reaction. It's been a very trying morning.
It's been an interesting one. I can say that much.
Yes, we were just talking about things we've learned recently
Is the
about.
curtain still open?
It is, but I will step in and close it behind me.
You
Okay.
leave your lunch out there? Or you didn't
Yes, it
arrive
goes.
yet?
I haven't got my lunch yet. I only have my coffee, and I have that in my.
Yes, we're just talking about interesting things we've learned. I'm assuming you heard what I said about Stephen Bell.
How are we
Well, I
sitting?
heard.
I get diagram.
How would
Well,
you like to see this?
Currently, I'm
There's
still standing with
four-
my coffee in my hands.
As we all have discovered last time, the time before that, there's 4 booths in the room, 2 on each side with a small, not one, but 1 meter by 1 meter stage area in the center of the room, and there's a large portrait at one end that no one took a look at. And yeah, that's the room.
I'll
With
take a
a
look at
giant
the
one end.
portrait.
Okay.
Do you want me to look at it, or you want me to look at it?
I was going to offer to spot hidden in it.
Go for it if you want
Wait,
to.
what did my heart do then?
Nothing.
There.
Okay,
No.
everybody take off your headphones.
Ah!
Wait, I didn't roll to look at the. Can
Okay, roll.
You have to get an extreme.
I?
Bye.
Okay, so Hartwell,
Yeah.
what you see is a large portrait of a gentleman you know by the name of John Bull, as in the British advertisement thing that's the symbol of Britain.
Yeah.
And it's in a Great War piece of cartoon and caricature. But on very, very close inspection, you notice that the eyes of the portrait are set further in than the actual level of the painting. Almost as though they're on a separate surface.
Like hidden eye slots that can be seen through.
That's all you can see.
Right.
Did you have a fun time?
I did.
I did. That was some excellent dancing, Para. I am very impressed. That's at least an 8
but
out
yeah,
of 10.
I was
The
knocking on
info
board.
for everyone else is that is a large painting of, or a painting / depiction of the cartoon character John Bull, the one that depicts Britain that's used in a lot of magazine articles. It kind of looks like a custom painting. And this is depicting like a scene of the Great War, and John Bull is like standing over the not the corpse, but he's standing like over 3 like Germans with their pickle halberds, all of them kind of knocked out or in with silly faces, and he's like standing strong above them.
So it's a propaganda poster, but painted.
Essentially, yeah.
Yay.
Can I go have a look, a bit of a closer look, get up and actually move over to the picture?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay. Is the picture itself like attached to the wall sort of thing? Can it be shifted,
It looks
moved,
fake.
anything? Like
Are
it's
you
actually...
gonna grab it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Grab it. Give
Is
me
there like a
strength
barmaid
roll.
nearby?
We're in
Not
the
at the moment.
private area,
Just
boys.
We're in the private area. Give me a strength roll.
Rips
we
them
all-
all off.
We all see this, right?
We're
see
just
him-
like,
Yeah,
you guys
yeah,
are having a
so-
conversation like, oh, what's going on? And we were just like, where are you going? And he's
You
just
see
wandered
Hartwell
off.
get up from the table. Grabs the side of the painting, gives it a bit of a wiggle, and then goes whoomp, and then the whole painting sort of shifts and snaps off of the wall, and then you guys all see this metal panel with just the eyes of the previous painting left on the wall, and in that area, and there is like a metal panel that looks like it can be shifted to the side.
I'm not paying for
No.
that damage.
Now that is interesting.
What the hell?
Oh my goodness.
That would be a place where someone, obviously on the other side of this metal panel, there's an empty space that people can slide so they can look into this private area.
I didn't know this was this kind of establishment.
Hmm. It seems we're gonna need to find a new.
With the
somewhere else.
noise from ripping the painting off the wall, and
Yeah.
the fact that she was bringing some toast, enters one of the barmaid that was on, and she's like,
Whoops!
"What the fuck is going on in here?"
I think we could ask the same thing.
Why haven't you ripped the fucking painting off?
Someone else say something about the fact that there's a spy hole, okay?
Yeah, well,
I've reached the peak of my strength.
I didn't rip anything off, but it's very weird to see a couple metal eyes there.
Yeah. I can't imagine
Eyes
every.
are metal. The eyes are paint of the painting.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yes,
Whatever.
I
that.
can't imagine.
I mean, my
quite-
English isn't that good, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
I'd
just gonna
also like
say,
Hamza
"Jeg
about
snakker ikke engelsk," which is I don't speak English in Norwegian.
Okay, cool.
I would also like to
Thanks, Google Translate. That's probably not right.
Also like to inquire, also like
She
to
puts
inquire
down
about
the toast on the table and says, I am gonna go have to get the landlady, but you guys stay right here.
Oh, please do get the
Will be
landlady. We
here.
want to see the landlady. Bring the landlady. I want to see the landlady right now.
Shut up, Forrest.
Okay.
Shut up, you.
I just heard the word land a lot, and I think they're talking about farming again.
Yep. So she leaves. There's a commotion, and you hear some swearing from the kitchen. It's very loud swearing, and then it's about 10 minutes or so. So, is there anything you guys want to talk about in that time?
Not with like fucking the equivalent of a spy cam just sitting there.
I mean, is then like it's somewhere for someone to sit, right?
Can you bust through it?
I was
is
yeah,
this a-
like
is the
can you
room-
check if there's someone like stuck
shoulder
behind
check?
there, like saying, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit."
This is at the in the end of at the back of the room.
Yes, so it's the opposite end to the curtain.
Can I try to rip the panel off?
You don't need to try. You touch it, and you can slide it to the side.
As someone who lives in this town, would I know like this room, this private area where there is private, is what is it like for? Who is here?
VIPs, residents of the hotel, the Bexleys use it a lot. They entertain in here. It's just a quieter area for more established guests.
I mean, I'm here for the first time, so
Exactly, most of you are.
Haven't we all been back here before, except for?
not me.
Flashheart and Willem.
Yeah, I mean the rest of us were.
One
Well-
time.
One time, yeah.
And not with the person that
So
originally
is there
bought
like
the
a passage behind that?
So you open it, and
I'm
you
Does
gonna-
it, does it open up into
I'm
another
gonna go,
room, or is it like
like,
a like? Is
Open
it
it up,
you know,
try and
like
have a look inside.
Okay. It's dark,
stand
but
by
from
him.
what you can make out is, at first it seems like a cupboard, and then it goes back and there's another room.
Arthur,
Mm-hmm.
let's go take a look, old chap.
I am very interested as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she was just like, what the fuck?
Okay. You go and take a look.
I don't like being watched.
Neither do
Are you
I.
going as well, Borford?
No.
Yeah, Webley.
Okay.
If
Fawn
I'm
down.
not gonna be the only one left in this bloody room with it when they come and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" For goodness sake, I guess I'm going to.
So we're all gonna piss off.
Yeah,
Into that little
I'm
room.
gonna
Into
break
the
out
secret
my
room.
45 automatic.
Okay.
I see the rest grabbing their
I'm
weapons.
just gonna
I
make
will-
sure that also make sure my Webley's cocked and just put it back in my coat.
I feel like this is just like one of the. It's like a scene from a
Oh my
comedy
God.
where the camera's shooting back and forth. It's like Derringer, revolver, automatic, rifle, shotgun,
Can I just-
someone
can
with a
I just point
bazooka.
out what the people in the bar must be hearing? They just hear crash, and then they're like rushing out, really panicked, and then a load of
Like guns cocking.
guns click.
Would they recognize the sound? Whoa.
3 of you have guns.
Five
Oh my god.
Great War. I think a few of them will recognize a gun click.
May I suggest we be a bit
With
more
Ben
subtle
doing
about
that different gun thing, all I've got in my head is the bit out of Naked Gun where you got O.J. Simpson kind of putting on all the bits added to his gun. By the
Yeah,
end of
yeah,
it, he's
yeah,
got
yeah.
this massive anti-aircraft gun.
May I suggest we be a little more subtle than, well, walking with half an armory?
No.
Yeah.
Well, have them
I mean, if
nearby.
you'd
don't
like, I
have
could
them-
go back to my room and get to my right.
Whoa, what?
Look, we found a room. There might be problems, but maybe we shouldn't have guns out initially, but have them nearby.
I will definitely feel where it is.
Okay, what we
Arthur,
doing?
you're being a real dampener on my spirit here. I mean, going to enjoy
But
a bit
I'm
of
going.
action.
Okay, Borford goes in.
I go in with
I'm-
him.
I'm
Yep,
already in there.
Am I in the back?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess it's probably a good thing.
I think I'm third or fourth in line. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so we've
So
found another room.
it's a slightly small doorway. William definitely has to duck because it's really slightly obviously. So it's kind of you have to kind of duck and step through it into the room. And what you find is what looks to be a storeroom. There's various boxes, a small table. There's some what looks like disused furniture. There's a door to what Borgvard would recognize as the courtyard of the building. To the left-hand side as you enter. And yeah, it seems like a storeroom.
I want to look inside of something. The closest thing to me.
Okay.
I was going to say, check the
just
boxes.
Opening one of the crate.
Yeah.
You can't open the crate yourself, but along the side it says Tate and Lyle.
Just gonna have a cursory look around the room just to make sure there's like nothing. There's not like someone hiding behind a box or something.
Okay, give me a spot hidden.
What does it say on the side?
Tate and Lyle.
The room seems to be completely clear.
Is there any other doors?
Yeah, just
Yes,
the one, I
to the
guess.
courtyard.
Okay. So it just...
I'm just walking to that door and seeing if it's actually locked or not.
The door is locked.
The door is locked. Okay.
Looks like it's locked on the other side. Like by a chain. It's not a it's not like a proper like house door. It's more like almost like a gate door, and it's chained together with padlock on the other side.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the outside of the door had one of those tiny little like hotel chains on it. And I was like,
No. It's this is almost like a stone bricked shed almost, rather than a full storage. It's like it's been built under an overhang, sort of. Like there's a gap under the door. It's flawed, but it's not amazing floor.
So, I just realized I can zoom in so I don't have such a white sharp on it. I zoomed in too far.
But yes, we should get back. We should get out of here. I don't like the look of this. We're gonna need.
Is there just crates?
Crates, some
Is there anything I can open?
disused furniture. I mean, you can give it a go. Do you have anything you can open it with?
I mean, I do.
You've got something on you?
Oh wait, I don't have my crowbar on me.
Yep.
That's a shame.
I probably have like a pen. I think.
Oh wait, no,
else?
I am actually carrying my crowbar.
In what is in?
I don't know,
bag?
but
You've just been holding it.
hey, if you just
It's a
been a
small one.
7-foot-tall man meandering through the town, accosting people verbally while wielding a crowbar,
I mean, it's
As a revolver.
Oh fucking hell!
Heckity. Do you have a bag?
I mean, I always carry a bag because I have my notes as well,
Okay.
You
and it's a small crowbar.
Okay, you can try and crowbar something open. Give me a strength roll.
Something I'm actually not completely.
I
bad
want to
at.
check the furniture, up above, underneath, all that kind of stuff.
You open one of the crates, and it seems to be the one that you open seems to be canned food. You want to check the furniture?
Yeah. Like the
Yeah,
table.
just
and
kind
all-
are there any
Oh,
crates
the
in here
actual
that would be
table?
large enough
Yeah.
to fit a human inside of it?
Oh, easily then.
Let's start kicking them.
Okay, you want to look at the table.
The table, yeah.
Okay. So the table has an oil lamp on it, but it's not lit. It's got a chair, and it does look like it's been sat in relatively recently. And there is a. Oh, no! Give me a spot hidden because there's no investigation. Really. Oh yeah, you easily.
What are
noticed.
your rolls today, man?
It,
Fucking hell.
There is a dust mark, like outline, where something new has been
Oh.
put on a very dusty old table, but it's not there.
Just checking.
So there's dust mark on the table.
Yeah.
Something's like a what kind of shape
Someone
is
has
it?
used this table. Square.
Square. Can I turn the lamp on, please?
Do you have something to light it with?
I mean, I'm a smoker. I have always something on me.
Yeah. But But has Hartwell said that he's?
Nope.
Anyone have anything to light this lamp with?
Yeah, sure. I'll hand him my lighter.
Thank you, old man.
Willem, you light the lamp?
Yeah.
It lights up.
Notice how there's something been on this table. Looks like someone had something that maybe reading or writing. Maybe keeping notes of,
Like a ledger?
like a ledger or just a notebook or something.
Well, this looks to be a sort of storage room. In fact, I'd imagine it's probably a normal storage room. It just so happens.
All right, come on out.
What the
going out.
fuck?
I'm going out. I'm
Are you
going out.
okay?
Yeah.
Where's that
I'm
coming
here.
from?
That's coming back from the hole in the wall that you can, and it's like a metallic sound as someone is hitting something against the wall.
I'll just go back up.
Yeah, I'm going out as well. Like, you know, at speed.
I'm gonna
Maybe
hide behind
decock
as
the-
many of these people as I can.
Decock the pistol. And,
No.
Slide it back into a pocket.
yeah.
Yeah, bag and pockets, lads. Let's-
Probably
Chuck.
like hide behind Willem. He's the biggest target
Okay.
to be hit by.
And
He's the biggest
target.
human
you,
shield.
you all go back through,
I duck.
and
Again.
You are greeted by a man that only Paro recognizes, as well as the landlady that you have all seen.
Okay, who is
as
he?
well
Tell
as
me.
about 3 bobbies. The man that is stood there in front is
Robert, and Robert.
Bobby means
the
cop,
Robs.
police, things like that. For
is
God's sake, don't use peeler. He'll get completely
Bernard
confused.
Milo.
3 men with the tag Bobby. Just ominously.
So
This
I
was
hold it
Bobby,
down,
I'm
isn't
Bobby,
there?
and well, he's Bobby.
That's Rob.
There's a lot
I'm
of, there's a
Robert.
lot of hobbits in this town.
Fucking, I'm using that at one point. That's gonna be great.
Oh my.
We're all called Arthur.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
okay.
God.
It's
Ed and
Bernard-
Eddie.
Sorry.
No,
who,
yes.
who is it? There's 3
Bernard
cops.
Miller. So you see the 3 cops. You don't
Okay.
recognize any of the 3 cops. Well, those guys don't. You do. I'll get to that. But the predominant man, the man that called everyone out, he's suited. He's got a large overcoat. He looks really bedraggled, but you know this man to be Bernard Milo, and he is the local inspector in charge of the police force in the area.
Milo.
Milo, Milow.
Okay. He's the inspector.
Yes.
And the landlady.
Yes, and the landlady.
Do I recognize any of the bobbies?
Yes, actually.
Is one George?
Yeah, one is George.
Good.
Is another one Fred?
No, Fred is not there.
Ooh. 2 new characters. Who are they?
You've got PC Tyler
Robert and Bob.
and PC Wind.
Wind.
Yeah,
WIND?
Yeah.
Okay. George was also a PC, right?
yes.
What's his surname?
Nah.
Oh God.
Huh?
George. What's his surname?
Nobody's come across that yet.
Right, okay.
Oh, I
But
thought.
Power would know. It's Franklin,
Oh.
I believe. Or is that someone else's name? Hold on.
That's
I've got-
Charlotte
That would be-
Franklin.
Oh, so
I
no,
was,
it's not
yeah, that's
Franklin.
the name of the twat who
Not
disappeared.
Franklin. There's another F name here. Fletcher.
Fletcher. Okay,
Sorry.
what's Fred's
I've
second
got-
name?
Is
Is that one you're gonna have to make up?
I'm gonna have to make that one up. I didn't have Fred. I've just got Fred, police officer.
All right,
So,
I'll leave Fred. You can get away with that one.
yeah, I was just like. Sorry, I've got 2 F last name people because I've got the minute last name order. I wasn't looking at it, so it was just like.
Okay. Anyway, so these people are here. I'm hiding behind Willem. Continue.
Suppose you want to tell me what you guys are doing back there?
I could ask a question. What the fuck is that thing doing there? And it's supposed to be a private booth.
I'm gonna start yelling in broken Norwegian in English. Just kind of like outraged, like, dude, you know who I am? And it's just broken Norwegian. Gunderson, blah blah blah.
He puts his truncheon to your
like
neck.
gendarmes.
He puts his truncheon to your neck and he goes, "You better calm down, son. Right. Now you want to tell me what you were doing in there first?
Who's he
We've got you on charges of destruction of property right now, so you better get talking."
Oh, you're gonna bring us up
Usually,
on charges,
I am
are
a
you?
reporter, but usually I tell up front that I'm reporting something. I do not like to be spied on. And this is clearly a way to spy on people. Even though I've never been here before, it made me feel awkward. So I was going to see what was down there.
Call it a instinctual reaction if we had a very private conversation. Midway through, realised that there was something inbuilt to watch us and listen in on us. Now I'm no very expert on the law, but I can't imagine that's particularly honest, is it?
I'm not so sure these
give
bobbies
me-
are
Give
experts on the
me
law
a
either.
Persuasion, and this is gonna need to be a persuasion because you are trying to finagle the chief of police here, essentially chief of police here.
Oh, hey.
Oh, nicely done there.
Muzz wasn't talking. It's Kazoo.
Excuse me.
He
I
was
also
talking.
No,
I was
he-
also
he-
talking.
I was directing that at Kazoo for his line of spiel.
And I'm gonna put eight luck points in to make that hard.
Okay, yeah, sure. Spend your 8 luck. Get that to a hard.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. So my persuasion roll is actually not worth it. Fuck all.
Oh,
I'm
no.
I'm checking the name. Sorry. Margaret, do you want to explain this fucking thing?
She's called Margaret too.
Exactly how many people have access to the gate on the other side?
Most of the staff. This used to be a door.
So we've narrowed it down from 1,000 to 8 already.
You better watch your fucking tone with me. Right, okay, just calm down, right? I'm sure there's a plenty reasonable explanation.
I'm waiting for it.
Yes, we're waiting for it.
Quite.
That used to be a doorway. We closed it off for the guests. We didn't want people wandering into our
You closed it
into our
off at the
storeroom.
exact shape to have eyes cut into it to see through a picture you put over it.
I don't know.
It's a
My
mighty
husband dealt with it.
coincidence.
I don't know anything about the like. You
So
are
your
free to do
husband's a
psychology
pervert?
check if you want.
I'm doing it. Oh, you're damn fucking right, I am.
Or anything of the sort. Just trying to analyze her.
What's her social security
Yeah,
number?
she is fucking lying.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm just giving her like very narrowed eyes. The landlady doesn't know about hidden doors in her own pub. Interesting. Very interesting.
It's at this point the landlady lunges for you, but the inspector grabs her. and
Holy
goes,
shit!
The inspector grabs her, throws her back at the bobbies, and just says, "Right, get her out of here." And one of the bobbies stays with him, and he is just there tapping his baton. Right. Clearly, there has been something going on here.
Perfity.
But nonetheless, property damage is property damage, so I say it's even Stevens. I'd say you finish your drinks and get the hell out.
Of
Excuse
course.
me. This is my hotel.
Oof. You might want to change your lodgings.
Is there another place I can stay then?
I have a friend nearby. I'm sure we could put you up for a few days.
Yeah, Maddie, I'll let you stay, I'm sure.
especially with news on interesting things happening in town.
Now, if you don't mind, I've got 2 missing girls to try and find. I'd rather not
Understood.
have to deal with this. And he puts his baton back on his side. He brushes his coat. You notice that he also has a revolver. And he nods to the other Bobby and they leave.
I just walk out.
The other Bobby is kind of waiting behind to wait for you guys to kind of clear out the thing, because obviously...
I better get my stuff then, if I'm not welcome here anymore. That's great.
Is oh god, what's his name? What's this kid's name? Is Jimmy
Jimmy.
He has run in to see what the commotion was about, yeah.
I'd seen
around?
his
Okay,
mother.
I'm gonna walk up to Jimmy and just do that thing where you put your arm around a person and start, shoving them in a direction so they're walking with you.
Yep.
And he goes, "So Jimmy, I'm going to need some information from you."
Oh, I posted those letters like you asked, sir.
Oh, that's fine and dandy. I think that's how you British say
Do
it.
you know what was happening about my mum?
Yes, there was some. There was an issue with the peeping.
The peeping? I don't rightly understand, sir.
I'm sorry,
Still
my.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is in the main bar. So
I've stormed out. I've stormed out at this point.
My English is not so good. Your mother was watching people inappropriately.
He just starts falling in tears.
I'm gonna go outside and see if I can find where that door is.
Going to jail.
I'm
So
gonna like try and come over and maybe like try and comfort him.
He sees the subtle affection there and just kind of latch cuddles and like is like crying into you. You're
And I'm
like,
just like, what the fuck?
Okay, Jimmy, you are a man now. None of that. I'm going to pull out another shilling
We've adopted an
while
NPC.
he's weeping. I'm just gonna like
I'm such a
shove it.
helium.
Like
We've
he's
adopted an NPC.
he's like I see him like this and Artemis kind of like so I'm gonna like take the shilling and like shove it between his fingers. Like,
you see that he's still crying, but he feels the money and just turns the hand.
like I was like, okay, Jimothy, I'm going to need a if you could find this for me, everybody, a list of the names, people who have access to the gate from the courtyard. And if you could do that immediately, I would appreciate it greatly. So, and I'm gonna
Still
pull
just
him
like
away.
awkwardly passing.
I'm gonna
Just,
no, pull him
Just
away.
pushing while you're
Pull him away.
And then he just runs. He runs. Just goes. Oh, fucking traumatizing children. Great.
He's not a child. He's an adult.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
Well, that's not very nice, Para.
I know you
fuck
hate
me,
children.
that's not how I
He is an adult. He should be able to handle this kind of thing by now.
He should be able to handle the
We
fact
don't know.
that
He
he's
could have
not-
been the one behind the goddamn portrait.
That was a pretty convincing display of traumatization.
Oh, I agree, but I'm just saying that he probably is on the list of people with a key.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. To be fair, we don't even know if it's a key or just a chain.
And then I'm gonna notice like everybody in the bar just kind of like awkwardly watching this.
Yeah, there's
This
a lot
display.
of locals that are just staring.
Just like straighten my waistcoat a little, be like, "Have a good day." Hello.
I'm just gonna head to my room and start packing up again.
Yep,
I have a
fair enough.
question. You said at the beginning of the day I got a lift into town. I wasn't expecting that. How would I know how to? When I want to get home?
You telephone
was-
the house.
That's okay. That's smart. I didn't think this was fine. But it's like you probably want to call Bexley Hall, and I don't know. Arthur's gone, but maybe
He's just standing outside fuming.
maybe Forrest wants to call Bexley Hall and ask for the cars to come and pick up some luggage of some people who will be staying.
I'll get them to bring my car.
Is that big enough for all of
Bring mine
Wolfhard's
too.
luggage?
I have a question. Were
It
there any
says
like
rolls,
life-sized
so,
portraits on the
yes.
walls in my room?
From your
mean-
memory, yes.
Can I really quickly go back to my room and inspect them?
I am
Well, you've
currently in my
probably
room.
got to get your bag, so yes, you've got a pack.
I should probably be doing the same.
Everyone's just. Sort of
Am I
going,
getting kicked out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting booted forcibly. Oh, I see how it is.
So am I. So.
No, this is
Both
fine.
off.
So you've got a car, haven't you, Barkvard?
I have a driver.
I've got a
You
car.
had a driver.
You had a driver.
I had a driver. Yeah.
You spent this morning trying to find him.
Philip's
That's
got a
true.
motorbike. That's the only
Yeah.
other vehicle that's in town. That's the only vehicle that's in town. The rest
So
are.
if you've got a driver, I've got a car that can be delivered, then that's enough
I've
for
got a
everyone
car
to
as
get one
well.
going.
Yeah, we've also got luggage though. Remember?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
my luggage goes on the bike, so that's.
Yeah.
So,
Willem
Remind
is,
the car-
lives out a backpack kind of thing.
yeah. I
We might
I
need a
literally
car
live
just
off my
for-
bike.
Just for Borkvard stuff.
Who is still in this room that we're in?
Where the fuck are we going?
You're going back to
outside.
your room to pack.
No, I
Yeah.
mean like after.
We're going to
Bexley
Bexley Hall.
Assuming you're going to Bexley Hall.
Oh, we're just gonna all show up like beggars off the street.
I mean, 2 of them live there at the moment, technically.
Oh,
Okay, I'm probably.
I
I
You've
mean,
got
the
invited
lo-
to the
wouldn't,
party.
wouldn't the
I
local
feel like I'm gonna
lord
fail
put up
horrifically
another
while packing,
lord?
but
Yes, I mean, you're already invited to the party, so.
Why in the goddamn hell is with you
Mitch?
guys' fucking rolls?
Yes.
while
Spot
packing, I
hidden.
do look around my room.
Room.
Okay, now that you might know that you're looking for things, you come across the only thing that you can think of where someone might have been looking at you from is there's a vent that connects to the other room, but that's about it.
Hmm.
It's like just an airflow vent that you can.
No specific paintings, nothing.
Yeah, but Borgvard's in the room that I would
Can I
assume
can I just like
fancy
fucking-
people to be.
can I check
Mhm.
to see if I've been peeping and if someone's peeped on me in my private?
Oh yeah, go
affairs?
for it.
What is it?
How
Is
do you
this?
want to? How do you want to check? Are you just looking? Are you touching? Are you?
I'm pretty upset about this. So it would be a physical type of affair. I wouldn't just be looking at these things. I'd be ripping them off the walls and throwing them around.
With
gonna
one
go,
hand.
You're gonna go stump checking.
Give me a dex check then.
Oh. Sure, I can't. I can't charm my way into that one.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you're fine.
We're using all
You
our
pull
good
over a
rolls. This is gonna
chair
be
and
so
you stand
bad.
up because this is looking over your kitchen area. You pull up your chair and it's some sort of gentleman with a Staffordshire Bull Terrier just out in a plain on what looks like hills and rolling farmland. But you stand on a chair, you go up to it, and you notice that the eyes are also inset.
All right, so take the thing.
And
can I take
you're
the thing?
able to.
Well-
Yeah, you're able to just slide the eyes aside, and you can see that there is what looks to be a hallway.
I'm taking this thing
um,
off the wall.
Wasn't this like
Okay.
a separate building in the middle of the courtyard?
Yes!
Yeah.
God damn it!
So
Yeah.
there's like a whole like corridor that's nothing
They're
to do
all
with the rest
fucking perverts.
There
I
is a
cook
hallway
naked.
that
God
is,
damn it!
What
Just
it look,
imagine-
from what you can see just through the thing, this one is just eye holes. That it's not
There's nothing back
a
there?
full door. No. You can look through the eye holes, and what you see is a corridor and then some a stairway down.
Is the
So-
is the giant nearby
this-
still?
You're
With
in
his
your room on
crowbar?
your own.
No,
I
he's
mean,
not in the-
my room is number 7. I'm on the ground floor. I don't know where you in the
As far
courtyard.
as
I
you
think.
can see, is this hallway is actually about. It's not very wide. It's about 1.5 feet, but it's like enough that it's like the entire back.
So can I try to bash through the wall with something nearby with like a chair?
Oh,
or-
100% if you wanted to.
What? And
Oh, yeah.
there's no other way into this room other
Corridor
than
up.
the stairs.
It's like
Okay.
it's snuck into the back.
So
of the
I
building.
want to find something like a candlestick or something heavy. And
Oh,
metal and just
easily.
try to-
You've probably
yeah,
got
just-
something in your. You probably bought silver candlesticks with you. Like, yeah, you find something heavy and give me a strength.
Do I
And
have
a
some?
deck. or give me like
Oh.
a brawl check. Either one. Strength.
Bro, I'm grappling with the wall.
Brawl means simple fighting in this system. It's like hand to hand and beating.
How badly did I fail that roll?
Strength. Well,
you're
you're
only
72
12
off of it,
Oh, what?
but I can offer you.
I'm
obviously,
about to say I can.
spend luck. You can spend luck, or you can go for a pushed roll, which
Because
means
you angry.
you like get a run up or something. You
Yeah,
find a way to
I'm
leverage.
gonna be the first one to go balls deep on this
Okay.
thing. Yeah, we're doing this. So I do another roll, basically.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh
That
god.
also fumbles.
What the goddamn hell?
So you.
hey
you-
Ben, you're
you've got-
finally rolling high. Aren't you
You've
happy
got
about that?
this lampshade, not lampshade, like lamp. And you step back and you run at the wall. You've got it in like one of your like you're supporting it with your stump, and you've got it in the other one. You just hit it into the thing. It bounces off and hits you in the face, and you've now got like a cut on your face.
Oh.
Give me a Constitution check.
God damn it.
You find me. I have medicine.
Con. Ooh.
First aid.
Oh no.
I got first aid, it's all right.
Okay. Okay, this is fine. This
I haven't
is
seen
fine.
the con come up yet.
No, I haven't rolled it. I haven't pushed the button
Okay.
yet. Okay. Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and what? God! What? No! How? How? What is this? What is this?
You are feeling very, very woozy right now, and you are just you touch your face. You see the blood,
Out of cue.
and you hit.
A 92.
Oh my
And a
god.
98.
Out of curiosity,
And a
do I hear this
72.
kerfuffle in my room?
Oh God, no!
Oh, okay.
He's in
No.
he's in a separate building in the middle of a
Oh,
courtyard.
right. Yeah, no, never
Yeah.
mind.
Okay.
I don't. I won't.
Nobody hears this.
Right, I'll just
So
pack my bags and head outside then.
I'm gonna quickly roll slash roll.
Damn.
Okay, you take 1 health damage from the wound sustained to your face. It could be much worse. And yeah, you're currently out cold.
I'd just like to point out that it was statistically more likely that I would just succeed my first roll than to have failed 3.
But Ben, you're finally rolling highly on any system. Aren't you proud?
I know, it's great, isn't it?
Oh.
And
How?
we'll leave it there this week because we've only got 4 minutes left. Willem, I assume you just pack the rest of your things, and
Yep.
Willem joins the rest of you outside without Boltcon.
I was.
But we will
I mean, we hadn't left the room yet.
Arthur had.
We were being thrown out.
Yes. Well, Arthur's run off. Okay, I'm trying to process everything.
You may
mean-
actually not have been
We
spotted
have
because
just
you were hiding
thrown
behind
out.
me.
Exactly. No one.
And
no one was-
I haven't
wasn't
seen
there.
a Mitch hidden check.
The police are a little bit preoccupied. But yes, so that's where we're going to leave it for this week. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I hope you're all still enjoying Call of Cthulhu, those of you who are watching. We will be back next Saturday with more, and we will be rejoined by... So it's amazing how the first session we did an entire day, the last 2 sessions we've done
An
4
hour.
hours.
Yes.
Been a very eventful 4 hours.
4 hours in 8 hours of time.
Arthur had
great.
a terrible morning.
I love it. I've had to write I thought I had to write so many notes last week, and now I haven't used any of them. So it's just like, it's great. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will be back with a stream on Monday. Ben and Muzz, I think you stream tomorrow, don't you? You've got your community game. Don't you?
Yep.
So that's EU4 if anyone wants to check that. Also check out, I think all of these people here for once are creators in some way of their own right. So make sure you go give them
I'm
a
on
follow.
break.
So,
Yeah. I'm
Kazoo
really
has a
glad.
Twitch. Muzz obviously has a Twitch and YouTube. Rival has a Twitch and YouTube. Ben has a Twitch and YouTube. If you didn't know that, I have a Twitch and YouTube. And Para's got Twitch. So you can follow all of us. You can find us on social media. Please hit us up, and we will see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.